Oh, okay, sorry. Give me 1 second. We'll get started. Alright, hello. God, so 35 minutes ago, 35 minutes ago, I'm like, right, finally I've been busy all morning, I've been sorting some stuff out, I've been just on top of life, getting things ready to go. I'm just like, you know what, I'm just gonna, I don't know what happened, I don't know what it was that came about, but it's just, something made me click on, like, Goblin's Discord messages with me. And I was like, oh my god, I did not tell any of the players what group they're in apart from the players in Group A. The last time I messaged Goblin, he said to me, just not Group A. And that's the only communication we had. And yeah, I just completely forgot to message players. I'd like to say this happens. It doesn't. This is not really a typical scenario. Fortunately, Shin, I did tell Shin his group because I was double checking with him when he replied to me about his availability. I told ByuN his group already for some reason because I think I was just talking to him already as well. But then I didn't know what we were going to do with... I didn't tell Clem and Goblin, but fortunately, they both just saw it on Liquipedia, so... Praise the players for looking at Liquipedia or TL or wherever they saw it, I don't know. But wherever it is they saw it, let's just be thankful because otherwise this group was about to get hardcore cancelled and delayed until some other time. So, yes, shout out to the players. My brain's everywhere right now, guys. Got wedding stuff going on, just organizing this, organizing that. I was out last night, my brain is just all over the place. Basically, from waking up yesterday to going to bed, I just didn't stop. I had like 1 hour before bed or something. Chilled out a little bit, but like it's just been go go go. So a little bit of hecticness in the life at the moment. That's all good. Again, hope you're all doing well. Thanks for joining us today, and let's get into some StarCraft. It's gonna be torches to kick off today's games, which will be between Goblin and Clem for the opening series. Throw the lobby link out. We'll get these guys ready to party. No Indy today. Let me just double check if he's online and just logging in or something. Sometimes, we're a few minutes late at this point though. He's just not online at all. Alright, ready, GLHF. Move Goblin to the player slot. Frank probably wants to be here. Players are ready. Nope, looks like no one else is coming online. Alright. Alright, we're just gonna kick this off. Sorry, I'm talking to people in the lobby chat as well. Clem's back. Yes, Clem decided, you know what? He did not want to actually retire. Because obviously last week everyone was like, is Clem done for? Is he gone? He's not played a StarCraft 2 game in days. And Clem realized, he saw the passion people had for him not playing, and he was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a return. He's gonna come back to the WardiTV Summer Championships. As we kick off into the opening game. In the bottom right hand corner, we will start things off with the blue Terran player representing Team Liquid. This is going to be Clem, and he is taking on the red Protoss in the top right corner of the map. It's Goblin. How's everyone doing? Hope you're all doing well. What's Nicholas on the YouTube chat? Got some pancakes and bacon. Ay. That's what I need right now. Got some pancakes and bacon up in here. A little start of the day. Some StarCraft as well. Beautiful stuff. Alright, it's proxy time apparently to start this matchup off, so we're going to instantly go for the pylon over here, and that's the first pylon in the game. Goblin is just like, you know what, I'm playing Clem. Let's be realistic. Let's be realistic, and let's just go full proxy mode and try and kill the guy, because that is most likely going to be the best route to success in this best of 3, which I'm completely behind. Double gateway proxy. If Clem doesn't scout this, if he misses this, there's 100% a way in which this could be extremely effective. So, and Clem right now is not scouting, so he's going to be blind for the moment as Goblin gets the double gateway proxy on the way up. The barracks rallying to the upper side of the map. And that SCV. Oh, SCV's going to come out and see the probe, but the probe was kind of making it look like it was just coming in from the top of the map. Ooh. He's going to pull this SCV back as well to fight the probe, so he's not going to scout Clem. I think just because he's so confident that he's basically denying. Yeah, just because he's so confident that this probe is just scouting, that he's just not suspicious. He's just like, you know what, yeah, I'm going to pull the SCV back. This Marine, is it going to check to the left? Wow, it is going to check to the left. Hello! But, whoa! Fancy meeting you guys here. 2 gateways, instant cancel on the command center, up to the high ground. And that is going to be... Well, this was a dream scenario here from Goblin. Up until right now, that Marine giving you some good info. Obviously, Zelts are going to put some good pressure. I'm going to get a second bunker, so we're really going to secure our defense a little bit now. As that Zelt starts to swing away on the depot, on the front door. So that depot takes some damage. A couple of SCVs will be pulled to repair it, which is absolutely fine as well. So far, so good. Once those Stalkers show up, repairing is going to come at the cost of SCVs getting targeted down by the Stalkers. Goblin starts the Nexus, but obviously he still has 2 gateways out on the map, so that's going to be 100%. One of the things we have to be super cautious of here. As 3 Zealots, 1 Stalker, walk up this ramp, and they will just go for this depot. SCVs will have to pull. Clem knows he can pull them from afar. He doesn't have to have them stood there the entire time, so he's going to minimize his lost mining time. Tech Lab coming up on the factory, and that's going to give us the Cyclone, which gives us a lot of... Cyclone or tank, you can go either or. Cyclone's a little bit more mobile in the defense and can chase a bit more. The tank straight up just stops everything, you know? You can see those couple Marines still moving about. SCV coming to the front. Just have ourselves a little bit of repair being done. But yeah, this was very well handled by Clem. It's not an overreaction, it's not an overcommitment. Goblin actually goes away and heals up these Zealots, by the way, which is cute. Like that, just get them on the Healing Shrine, get them back up to full HP. That Healing Shrine's starting to see a lot of uses on Torch. I actually really like it. It's actually really genuinely cool. I think a map with a Healing Shrine once per map pool or so is genuinely going to be pretty fun. Now that players are actually starting to think about how they can use them and actually, you know, putting them to use and so on, I think it's a genuinely very good addition to the game. I like it. I like it a lot. Tank, a couple of Marines, the medevac, all continuing out right here. We are going to be having the Blink on the way through. The couple of probes coming in as well. Just going to be seeing the units going down to low ground, and looks as though Clem feels safe enough to start getting to the natural. He did opt for the Cyclone, which, like I said, is a bit more of the mobile defense rather than the tank, which he'll go into a tank next, which is obviously fine as well. one of the main things to note here is that obviously Goblin is extremely late in this game in setting up, and so his blink, excuse me, his blink is significantly later than it should be, right? So it's definitely a factor to think on as the medevac flies us back across to the left-hand side for a little bit. I'm just going to get rid of this pylon. And that's the most painful part of this from Goblin. Those are his only 2 gateways currently. He's got 2 more on the way, but that just makes this initial opening that much of an investment. So not only are you delayed on blink, but you're also delayed on gateways. And so your entire game plan, you start to see why this isn't all in. You start to see why you can't just do this and delay the Terran CC every game, because it comes at a big cost. All of these things have had a massive impact here. 3 Zealots in the early game is a lot of investment. And you're going to see Goblin is looking to see, can he jump on this army? Because he is kind of poised. Clem is right there. He's out of the base a little bit right now. You're going to see a couple of those Zealots taking some shots. You're going to see the tank having to be saved. And a few SCVs pulled forward. And I think that was a very responsible choice from Clem to pull the SCVs, but it was unnecessary. He actually does just have the firepower to kind of chase this back for now. He's actually going to go across the map. Good play against the Cyclone. The Cyclone continues to get moved away from, so Cyclone lock-ons have not been effective or impactful at all just yet. As we see, the Liberator has already sieged and is now going to unsiege, re-siege, and continue to be as much of an annoyance as it possibly can be. Stimpack coming up, the Marines and the Marauder coming in. The Stalker's going to get that Liberator. And the tanks, the Marines will finish off that pylon as well. It's just going to knock that down. Now the other pylon going to be taking some damage as the Stimpack and Combat Shields comes through. The Probes are going to pull in as well. Tanks flaring, Marines pulling back, Probes getting absolutely blasted here, Stalker's gonna go down. That's a very convincing fight from Clem. I can't really say there's any other way, apart from, I mean, he's just killed 22 Probes. The numbers will not lie to us in this opening map. It does look good for Clem. As he steps on forward, a few extra Probes still going down. The sentry there going to be in a little bit of trouble as well. I feel like going blink first is a mistake. I think the problem is that he's never going to have the gateway production to get enough Zealots for it to be good to go charge first. So I actually think blink is probably the best choice Goblin has. Charge would finish sooner, but it wasn't a timing factor, right? Sorry, I'm trying to hit the wrong thing on the keyboard. It wasn't a problem with timing of the upgrade, it was a problem of having enough stuff. And I think in that scenario, not having enough Zealots gets actually punished even harder. It's Zealots just, you need so many numbers of to really make good, so yeah. A little bit difficult of a situation. I think it's just very tough once that scout goes off and Clem gets such a solid defense going, basically, the entire scenario is just absolutely brutal, so yeah. Clem is going to take the opening game of this BO3. Is BO3 for the first 2 matches today, guys, then best of 5s in the rest. So a little reminder for you guys on that. But we're ready. Forecasters in the lobby. Let's start us off. If Clem doesn't scout the 2 gateways, there's a Rupin the other way. I wonder if he saw the probe and wondered about the probe at all. I'm gonna ask him actually. I'm gonna ask him if in game 1 he saw that, if he was suspicious because of the probe, or if he was just gonna check there anyway with the Marine. Game 2. Obviously, Goblin is an underdog in this group. I think that's a very fair statement. Obviously, he comes in as a 4th seed as well. He got 3rd place in his group. Arguably had one of the weaker groups as well in the round of 24. So I think coming into this stage now, I think Goblin is, the underdog. He has to play against the 1st seed, which is Clem, which is an absolute monstrous player to play against. This is just going to be a tough group for Goblin. There ain't nothing wrong with that being the case, so we'll see how that turns out. See what Goblin plans for this game 2. At the very least, his Pylon and Gateway are back at home, so that's going to be an immediate improvement on the previous situation. That's definitely a little bit of a plus right here. Follow this Proby across the map for a couple of seconds, so we're coming across to the other side. Nibble nibble. SCV taking some damage. Good at SCV pulling through. Go for a little bit of back and forth there as we just have the SCV coming up, and the probe will get nibbled at once again. The Nexus still building, the Orbital Command and the Reaper coming online as well. Nibbling at them SCVs. Then the SCVs fight back. Which, okay, very important question here, chats. YouTube, Twitch, I want you both to get involved. Which worker do you think would hurt the most to be attacked by? Do you think it's going to be the probe with its little taser nibble? An SCV drilling you through the stomach? Or a drone chomping away at your leg? Kind of sounds like the SCV when I say it like that, actually. But maybe getting drills through the stomach is less painful than getting tasered, because you think this little probe ain't going to do much to you, but I bet he'd knock us all out, you know? The chompers of the drone. The drone definitely due to the added humiliation. Yeah, especially if he looks at you with the cute droney eyes like the Wardy drone emote gives you, you know? You get this little... the Wardy D. You get this little cute dude and he's just like, num 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 num. It's like, no! You can't just eat me! And the drone's like, num 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 num. Yeah, he's a cute little fellow. The SCV sounds the most gruesome, but then I guess a drone actually eating you alive would also be pretty darn gruesome when you really think about it. Probe must be big AF. You know, well, compared to us, these things are all huge. Like, we're screwed no matter what happens, you know? Oh, I do think StarCraft 2 actually does have a, scaling thing. You guys ever see the real life scaling, or the life-size scaling StarCraft 2 mod? Loco did a video on this, and I remember this because it was like one of Loco's most successful videos, apparently. He was telling me about it. It was just so random. But like, there's a mod which puts all the units as though they were actually like scaled life-size. So like, you're playing along, and like, stuff looks fairly normal, and the Cyclone pops out or something, you're like, whoa, that's kind of huge, And then later in the game, like the battlecruiser pops out and it's literally like half of the map large. Because obviously this is a capital ship and stuff. Yeah, this video is pretty sick. I might bring this up in the break because it's kind of funny. Isn't the drone the size of a Leviathan? I've got no idea what a Leviathan is, man. Yeah, that's a good mod. It makes you really think about it. Something we don't really obviously, especially in competitive StarCraft 2, you never really stop to think on. I always think it's kind of funny. One shot and you're dead from the probe. I mean, yeah, I think the probe might be the best way to go, It's just like, bzz, and it's like, bleh! That's it, You don't know messing around. Yeah. Alright, anyways. We have, Blink on the way up. Obviously, Clem's push was pretty successful already. This early game's been good from him. He traded out a handful of Marines for gas-based units. Stalkers, a Sentry, 2 probes. Like, you cannot look at this unit's loss tab and not pretty happy if you're Clem. So, he's going to be very, very okay with where things are at the moment. And the Sentry and a couple of Stalkers continue through. The probes are still building. We get a lot of that on the way just for now. Storm coming through, Robo Facility and Forge coming up, the additional gateways coming online. We have some more probes still building into play as well. Add a High Templar into the mix there. And we'll have this Marine tank army starting to push out through the middle of the map. So away we go for a little bit of a journey here. Clem heading across to the top. This honestly looks very scary for Goblin, who's got 12 army supply currently. Does not have a lot in play. Marines stim in, Stalkers have to blink back. Probes in trouble. Third base in more than trouble. GG's, Clem. A little bit too good in the opening matchup today. And, well, that's why we open with our 1 seed versus the 4 seed in the group. Because if there's going to be a one-sided matchup, it's most likely going to look like this one. So, we'll hop on over to the Korean server as we get ready for ByuN and Shin to rock our worlds in the world of TVZ. I'll just take a moment and run some ads, guys, because money means more StarCraft 2 tournaments. And I believe we're all on the same page where more StarCraft 2 tournaments is generally a good thing. Show the video? Sure, let me get the video started and I'll Oh my god, this video is from 2016.
Alright, so this is...
Alright, Loco, chill out, bro. Okay, let me get ByuN Shin video started. Alright. So, this is like the start of the game. You can see how big the Overlord is. It's pretty funny. Even drones are kind of big, man. I think you can scale out. Oh my god, look how small the Lings are compared to like the Queen as well. You get deeper in, you get to see some of the... Oh, those are mutas with... I guess they've got Scourge in this mod as well. That's so funny. What else is there? Later on, I don't know if this is the best one. Oh, there we go. Look at the Broodlords, man. The Broodlords are freaking massive. And then when you see like the look at the Hydras, by the way. So he's super zoomed out. Those are Hydras. These Hydras usually kill these mutas. Like, what the hell, bro? Talk about balancing. Yeah, that's funny. Oh, like... Yeah, there's a Protoss and Terran version as well. I just opened the Zerg one because we were talking about drones. But drones are pretty big, man. Like, drones are kind of huge, but then in comparison to the rest of the Zerg forces, they're not so big. I'm gonna go Torches game 1 for TVZ, by the way, guys. So, opening match here for the Koreans in this group B of the WardiTV Summer Championship, round of 16. I should show the membership. I can't be bothered to find another video, I'm not gonna lie. Alrighty, yeah, swap ByuN down, just get Crank in here, and then we're gonna have all 4 casters that we need. Oh, I actually need to run upstairs very quickly, guys, when this starts. I need to get my phone charger, because my phone didn't charge last night, so I need to go and grab that quickly. Just when I start the countdown. I don't know if, Shin was ready, but... Double check. Alright, I'll be 1 minute, guys. Obviously the game will start, but you won't miss anything. Alright, it took a little longer than expected, guys. Sorry. Took a little longer than expected. I realized that the phone charger I have upstairs is not the one I thought it was. Classic. Alright. Some ZVT. In the bottom right is going to be our blue Zerg Shin. In the top right, our red Terran ByuN. And it's a gold base opening from Shin here in this game. So, Shin going to have a little bit of a quirky start. Shin's always been a fun player, and he's always been willing to mix up these styles and strategies, so kind of excited to see what his plan kind of looks like here for this opening game. A few drones going to get across to the gold minerals to begin with. We'll just get set up here and go from this, and obviously see what kind of work we might be able to get done. So a couple of dronies just getting settled. See that drone gonna get bopped, and the other couple of drones coming through, looking for a little bit of potential damage. Actually gonna get one drone going down right off the bat there, so that's gonna be a nice little grab. The other drone chased as well. We nearly had a second kill. Spore Crawler gets blocked. 2 drone kills. Oh my goodness, disaster early on. Gonna see that Reaper is going to come around, and the drone will continue to come through. Another grenade, and that's going to be a 3rd kill. No, wow, the coordinate just about getting out. We actually did get 3 anyways, though. Sorry, so 3 drones. And ByuN is going to say, well, first he loses the Reaper, but he's going to say, what if I build my command center on the gold base? What if everyone just gets a gold base? ByuN's like, doesn't that sound fair to you? You know, if you get a gold, I get a gold. Wouldn't that just be lovely? So that is going to be what happens right now. Going to see those fuelings forcing the lift off there, as well as we take a moment or two, and we'll see what the next step of this is, which is a Hellion that comes out and starts to chase things away. So we'll start to push away on that for the next few moments as well. So the Hellion firing up, and a little bit more damage done. The command center will be finishing in a few moments also. So we got the command center completed, the medevac and a couple of Marines on the way. The Queen gonna sit in the mineral line for the moment as well. So far, so good. The units continuing through. SCVs are going to be in a little bit of trouble as the Lings just flood forward, but that Queen goes down. What's funny is if ByuN holds this, he's holding this with a gold base up. Now, there's a lot more Lings on the way, but medevac comes out. That's only going to help. I mean, we already lost 1 Queen. Realistically, as Lings come in right now, they're kind of disjointed as well, which is obviously far from ideal. We lost 9 SCVs, so Shin does some damage, but he's still down on workers. Because he made this extra round of Lings. Yeah, this extra round of Lings is really what's going to kill Shin, because if that was drones, he'd already be getting into a better drone position. But yeah, that's a lot of Lings that are maybe going to delay the low ground for a bit. Man, ByuN, that gold base, if it's just not figured out, is just going to be absolutely loving his life there. And Shin does not see it yet, so ByuN is in a very capable position of pushing down right now, so it's going to be coming through. Again, a couple of Marines coming about, SCVs on the way, Tech Lab building as well. The Banshee and the Cloaking still continues up. We're going to see the Marines and the medevac continue to gather together as well. Banshee the Marine then still building, the Cloaking coming online. The Roadrunner about halfway done, add a few Lings. Overlord is going to be coming up as 18 Zerglings will continue to produce on in. Let's get that Roadrunner finish in a few moments. The Marines will be there pushing at the Overlord as well. So far, so good. I'm just going to load back into said medevac. There's now a few Lings try and hit at the rocks, trying to open up that area in the center. Again, ByuN just getting away with gold-based mining means that after Shin's failed attack, ByuN really is storming ahead in this game. Like, he is in such a good position Like, his scenario here is absolutely booming. He's going to be loving his life. And hard to really disagree with that sentiment. Like, he really is in a very, very cozy spot right now. So, I like this a lot for... ByuN. Shin turning it around at all. He's already losing a few drones. Banshee showing up. Cloak, no detection. Game's just going to end. So, the answer is no. Shin cannot turn it around at all. ByuN is just going to take the opening game of this best of 3. After a bit of a weird one on torches, is going to go ByuN's way. That's definitely for map 2. I'll get this hosted up and ready to start. Very possible this is a rematch as well, by the way, at the end of the day. ByuN Shin. Seeds 2 and 3 are absolutely kind of the players you'd probably expect to... Like, if this group played out as most people expect, Clem first, unfortunately for Goblin, probably comes out last. Obviously hoping he upsets and proves us wrong, or otherwise. But the general consensus is going to be that, you know, Clem top, Goblin bottom, and then ByuN Shin probably in the middle, which would set us up for a Shin ByuN rematch later in the day. So, crazy games like this now could be crazy games we don't see later. It's actually kind of nice to see crazy games between them at the moment, because it kind of puts the tone towards definitely having if we have a second series between these guys, which is not guaranteed, like I say. Obviously, things can completely change, and you know, upsets can happen. It does kind of set the tone, though, that if they do meet again, it has that chance to look different, which I always think is very fun and very nice. So, it's just something to mention. So you get ready. Take it away. In the top left-hand side, the blue Terran player is going to be ByuN. He takes the 1-0 lead in this best of 3 and will be rocking on up into this game 2 with that advantage. Let's see how far he can take it as he goes up against the red Zerg. In the bottom right, we have Shin. Overlord coming across, setting on through, the other Overlord coming over as well. We're having the pool, a couple of drones continuing about, the racks and the gas coming online, at the SCV on as well. Just getting everything underway for the moment. Like, you looked away for a moment, it's 1-0. It kind of was like that, to be fair. Like, I mean, Shin just didn't have detection against the Banshees. And he already knew that the start was not good for him. So when the Banshees show up and start doing more damage than he can really justify taking, you very quickly get to that point where it's like, well, GG, you know, like, what's the point of staying in the game and letting the Banshee kill a bunch of workers? Finally, you're just behind. So he knows what's up, he knows that situation. This game 1 of the series is going to save some of his strength. He knows that, let's be realistic, like I say, he knows that the opening was really heavily kind of dependent on getting some more damage done, and he just didn't do much. I don't even know if he ever figured out the gold base that ByuN had, but that was a problem. Never mind the fact that he felt he was behind anyway, so he's actually very correct in kind of being like, you know what, yeah, GG. I'm out of here. Tap me out. I'm not sticking around. We do have our barracks here proxied, so 2 barracks at home, 1 barracks proxied, so some Reapers will show up more quickly on the reinforcements. So that'll be an interesting few moments here as we have this barracks at home not building right now. So yeah, just a moment or two. Should be able to fix that. I was going to say, he has the money. I was just kind of confused there. Anyways, let's see what the Reapers can get up to as we start up some pressure. We start looking for some damage as we step on it. 2 Reapers join up. And you see the Zerglings gathering. The link speed is going to start as well. A few Reapers on the way also from ByuN, getting those on the way through, like I said, just getting that number up. He knows where that creep team is, by the way, so he can drop the grenade on it again. If he gets back to that high ground, he could have grenaded that creep team to death, which is actually pretty nice. That Reaper just walk into the main base. Misplay by ByuN, a little bit sloppy from our Terran player. Especially when you're talking about ByuN, the king of Reapers, you really expect something a little bit neater and tidier than that, so yeah, that was a little bit messy. hatchery onto the third base. Just going to be seeing the Reapers still gathering up. 3 of those Reapers continue through the command center in the barracks building as well. SCV also producing in just for now. Speed will finish shortly. 2 more barracks from ByuN, so he's going to be on 5 barracks. It's obviously a pretty sizable number. Just come down the hatchery. It's going to be right there. Oh, we are losing the stream. Not good. I have internet. YouTube's still live, right? You guys can hear me on YouTube? I feel like you guys can still see me on YouTube, or is it just repeating the same moment? I think we're good on YouTube. Sorry YouTube, I'm trying to fix the Twitch stream right now. So, we're gonna see the Lings running in. We're gonna get us around on these Reapers. The Reaper's gonna get blasted. That is not it from ByuN. You can't let all your Reapers go down in this sort of situation. That's going to be GG's. Shin's going to tie up the series 1-1. Alright, so it's just Twitch that's died. Is there anyone else on Twitch that's died? No? That is so weird. I'm just going to stop and start. If that helps. I think it's good. It just wouldn't reconnect. That's so weird. It just glitched out. Alright, third map here is going to be Tokamak. Alright, sorry Twitches. Yeah, ByuN just built Mass Reaper and died. Sorry guys, I didn't really see it too much myself either because I was more concerned with the stream being dead. Alright, yeah, that was weird. Like, it was only Twitch that went down, and I just stopped and started, and it just came straight back. But usually in that scenario, it should just be able to reconnect. I wonder if the server I was on went down, and because it's reconnecting, it doesn't change server, but when I connect from the get-go, or when I click connect specifically or start, it actually double-checks servers. That might be it. That's kind of weird, though. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Twitchy chat. That game did just end. Sorry. So I didn't even really see it because I was looking at the OBS. But ByuN went up to 5 racks with Reapers, and he just got surrounded by Zerglings, and that was pretty much it. So I would love to say that you guys, well, not that I wanted you to miss something good, but I'd love to say it was a cool kind of finishing moment, but kind of just wasn't, to be honest. It's pretty clear cut. So with that said, we're all back, and we can get into Game 3 here on Tokamak. Twitch is back up. If you prefer to watch on Twitch, by the way, guys. Hey, look, if you're on the YouTube because you had to hop on over there, leave a like and sub while you're there. Make something out of our Twitch stream crashing, you know. Alright, let's get back into it. That's so weird. Just Twitch just died. It's so strange. Alright. Yeah, give it a... Just write in chat that it's back as well, so that people know to refresh, maybe. Alrighty, back on track then, as we get into game number 3 here between ByuN and Shin. ByuN top right and Shin bottom left. Both players are trying something a little bit stranger than the norm in this matchup so far, so definitely been a little bit of fun in that regard. Head into this game 3 now to see what the dealio is going to be, what our plan is, where things are going to go. Center coming up, the hatchery coming down. Just going to have an ourselves the STV and so coming online as well, so we get a little bit of everything on the way up. See what the guys get up to here as we... Like I say, I've had a couple of weirder games so far. Everyone mixing it up a little bit, doing some different things, doing things a little bit differently to the immediate kind of expectations that you would have in these games as well. See if you're just pulling back over. The barracks still coming up. As you have the Overlord heading out onto the map. So Overlord out into the map a little bit. We make some moves and we get scouting. It's already kind of checked at the front and then turned away, so Shin's just rather keep this safe. He's afraid of the Marine opening. The Marine first opening.
You have a new queen. Show me those skills.
God damn it, Shin. Couple of lings will step forward now as we get those into the upper right-hand side. So they're going to get brought straight up towards the upper right. They're going to get into position here. Going to show themselves and see what will happen. Honestly, that voice pack makes me giggle every time. How do you play? I mean, I guess it sounds better in Korean, but I still feel like, how do you play with that? Bro's got like freaking announcer sounds muted, so it's literally only us that hears it when we watch his vision. I do love the touch of us being able to like. I do like that we kind of hear the players. I do like that we hear it from the players. Kind of, you know, whichever one that they choose. I always think is really nice because it just like makes it a little bit more personal. Like I know we don't look from their vision a lot, but the few times we hear it, I always think it's a nice little fun little addition sometimes. So yeah, very fun. All right, we are just taking a moment or two, guys, to get set up. Just going to be seeing the Rotron and Evo Chamber both coming down. Plenty of Marines coming up from ByuN at home. He's going for the 2-on-1 effect after the CC first. So, getting a little bit of greed early from ByuN. And then making this go from here as the lag comes up as well. So we bring that straight through. We get that going. And we look to see what our plan is going to be next. The Rex settling down. Marine's actually going to come forward. They get rid of the Morphing Overseer there, so that'll go down. Shin actually gets supply blocked on the back of this as well, so that too should be a pretty big factor here so far. Definitely noteworthy. Marines and the Medivacs head down to the bottom side, so they will get themselves set up and again, look for a little bit of a push about. Roach is on the way, should keep you a little bit safer here from Shin though. And that supply block has not hurt him too much in terms of having units ready to go defensively, so it looks as though he's going to be fine in that regard as well. So, looking good for the moment. Let's see, let's go for Queen's Gathering. A few Roaches will step forward as well, so we take that chance to just keep moving around a little. Really not too much going on still at this stage, just a little bit of positioning, a little bit of posturing. Players trying to see what they can maybe get up to. Roach tunneling clause is coming up as well, so that could be kind of interesting. The Medevac's get forced back. The Roach is just going to force a little bit of a lift up there, and just going to turn that away for now as well. So a little bit of defense in that regard. What is next? Again, the Marine's going to be forced to lift up, and at the same time, the circling on the other side of the map going to get chased around just a teeny tiny bit for the moment. So just getting punched around, poked around there, little by little. I really do just take a few moments to let this settle into place and see what exactly the next stage of this game looks like. I mean, it does have ByuN pushing with tanks at the moment, which that was kind of a weird one, because I feel like sometimes pushing into these roach armies can look very nice, but it's always going to be a lot of roaches. But if your tanks are in a good place, and you force the fight, and the tanks obviously get some shots off, then the roaches have the same problem then, you know, as if they were attacking, which is that they're going to take a lot of damage in the process. So definitely think there's a lot to think on in that regard. It's definitely not a simply kind of decided scenario, as these Marines going to catch a bunch of roaches there, so that's a great catch. That Tunneling Claw is not coming through for much just yet then, as I don't think ByuN can really stick around here, though. That tank is the last one remaining. The other two have been picked away at by the Biles. It really does feel like this is a moment for us to just step back, reset, and let things get to this next phase, which, to be fair, right now, Shin is just going to be on 1-1 roaches. And then we kind of more so ask ourselves what exactly ByuN is going to get up to next. As those Marines stim in, going to get this hatchery. It goes down. The drone goes down along with it as well, so making those pickoffs as we load back up and pull back the other way. Infestation Pit to show us the later game. We'll also see that link speed coming up, because there is going to be a transition to what is being used to support the rest of this army, basically. So just have the couple of tanks going to be able to hit hard onto the roaches running in toward the front. So the roaches just going to get blasted backward. The siege tank's going to be there. Take a couple moments to settle back down. Well, ByuN is obviously going to have, again, a good tank coverage for the moment. The armory is coming up and online. Marine Marauder coming out as we speak. Link speed, links, +2 carapace. Got the Baneling Nest coming up as well. So we continue to get a lot more of that brought through here for the next few moments. And we just have the hive building up. These medevacs have to load up once again. Those couple of Ravagers going down. So we'll see those being picked away at now. A little bit of a chase back as the tanks still gather up. A few Marines stem forward. Ravager gets picked off. A couple Lings chased as well. The rest of the Lings still trying to come through. Corrosive Biles once more are just going to land toward that bio army. And the melee upgrade and +2 carapace coming around. The Baneling speed is coming up. Banes, Lings all coming around. The hive coming online as well. 2-2 upgrades building from ByuN. Just going to be seeing this massive force through the center of the map. Continue to make some steps in for the moment. So roaches are going to unburrow. I mean, this is why the bird roach is actually really nice, because you will be able to apply some very serious pressure here and get some work done over time. Question just is, you know, do you have enough at home defensively? Baneling speed is not done yet, which is why Shin does not want to fight. It's given ByuN a lot of time to set up the position. He's got a good Marauder spread. The Marine split is looking good already. It actually just looks good across the board right there. As here we go, we're going to pull the trigger. The tanks do work. Shin maybe should have spent some of this time waiting, spreading his Banelings out or something, because it felt like they all ran in the cluster there. 20 SCVs down on the other side of the map, though, so if it wasn't for that, I actually love ByuN's spot, because he'd be on equal workers. And looks like his army is standing strong over on this side. The problem now is you can't really stop again as Shin and just wait to rebuild like Banelings. You don't have that amount of time. A couple of roaches do show up from the other side. Oh, the Biles are going to get a double kill on the tanks. Maybe that's the opening we need. We have a good amount of bio left, but maybe not. Well, we don't have enough to just go, I don't think. Roaches burrowing as well. No scan just yet. Roaches unburrow. The Banes keep coming through. I actually think Shin is making this work. I actually think it's happening. Those Banelings get turned around onto you once more. The roaches still taking damage. The medevacs pulling back. I actually think we are. I actually think we are going to see Shin push this back comfortably, and then wow, I really felt like ByuN's army was like still strong enough at the front, and it was still just looking permanent enough. But the two tanks that were one tank got caught unsiege, and then the two tanks that got caught together, so the Biles took down both at once, and all of a sudden your tanks are gone, that back line is gone, and that army really didn't look scary anymore. I didn't think Shin was going to have time to get any additional Banelings up, to be honest. Obviously, that was not the case. Let's just see the bio moving back around. A couple of roaches taking damage, +2 melee coming about. Zergling still producing through as well. I will just get there. The Roach gets picked off. The engineering bay in the front, going to get the +3 attack and the +3 armor, both starting. +1 evolution, +1 vehicle weapons also in production right now as well. So get that going right now as a few Roaches still moving about. And 3-3 building the +1 vehicle weapons coming up as well. +2 melee, +3 carapace. You see the single Roach brought up underneath. And is going to be moving through. Roach is just going to get caught. It's going to be a really nice catch, so we get rid of those. Still got the 3-3 upgrades coming through from Shin here, so we get that all grabbed. The +1 vehicle weapons is about to complete as well. I mean, ByuN's still kind of in this game, but it does feel as though we've taken a definite shift towards Shin being in a little bit more control than what we were having originally. There's just still so much Shin on the map as well at any point in time right now, just stepping forward, able to do so much. Fire coming through, a few more shots coming about. Just going to be seeing the Ultra Cavern still very much so building on in here as well, so then we get that on the way. 3-3 upgrades are going to finish up shortly. The Chitinous Plane, +3 Carapace, all that Ling Bane continuing to come online now. So you see a couple of these Roaches going to get caught as well as they head up towards the top. Really do just kind of run in there. The Ling, Roach Bane. I mean, again, ByuN is one of these players that can shift the momentum of a game as well. Like, if the game is kind of a bit too aggressive for him, he can absolutely slow it down and make things just take a little while. Like, that is not an uncommon situation that ByuN finds himself in, and not, that is something that he does a fair amount of the time as well, I would say. He is happy playing defensively. Now, I don't know if he wants to play this game defensively, but he might just have to at this point. Ultras are coming out soon. A couple of IO units actually going to eat the 2 Banelings that were just wandering forward. No A-clicking being done there at all. The Widowmine gets picked off. We step through. It's going to be seeing the Lings wrapping around. The SCV's taking damage. The Baneling is going to eat a big Widowmine shot. That Widowmine hit dead center. Second mine just hits a couple of Banelings over on the edge, which is also not a bad little grab. On the other side of the map, ByuN gets rid of the base. I mean, honestly, Shin felt like he had a good lead in just what his army was looking like and how his army was going, but this is obviously, falling apart right now a little bit. Things are definitely getting a little bit messy here as we have that base going down, hopping into the side. Now we're going to come over here as well. Shin has to start defending these locations. Like, he can't get knocked down at 3 bases. Ultra Cavern is putting some work in. The first Ultra on the way up, but we're not rich enough to build a ton of Ultras, which is a problem too. Another good Widowmine shot. ByuN Supply is almost taking the lead in this game. Shin's lack of group spread on the map is being punished heavily right now. That's a huge factor. The rest of the bio coming about. Just going to be having +3 melee coming up. The Ultra Cavern is producing those Ultras, which will give you a little bit of reprieve here with Shin, something that will definitely help you out overall. Will it be enough, though, is maybe the question we should ask ourselves. Has to rebuild this base bottom right. He did become a 3-base Zerg, so his economy and production is, stinted here at this point in time. Parasitic Bomb's nice as well. If you can start, chipping through those medevacs would be really, really nice thing to be able to get done over time. So, something we're going to start working on. Those Parasitic Bombs going off. The bio kind of standing in that fight. A lot of drones going down as the Liberator gets to work. The one Ultra there goes down too. Now we're just bio kiting away from Roach Ravager. A couple of Banes should just die before they ever reach the main force. Corrosive Vials don't land. Shin's army is not going to get it done here. We're going to see ByuN from the other side as well to wrap around these Ravagers. GG, says Shin. What a game! What a game we actually have in this final map of the series is Shin drops down to the elimination match to play against Goblin. ByuN will advance to the winners match to play Clem. We will start with that ZVP. Alright, we are going to go NA for Goblin versus Shin first, guys. We'll get that ready to roll. I have to run some ads. Unfortunately, we lost all of our built-up kind of ad time. Usually, how it works is if I run 3 minutes of ads, it cancels 3 minutes ads that we have to play. And so when I run 3 minutes quite consecutively at the start of the stream, it gives us a lot of like ad buffer time. We lost all of that because of the stream reset. It resets the progress on the ads. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to start building that up a little bit again, guys, and being a bit more aggressive with the ads. So with that said, we'll hop to NA and get ready for Goblin versus Shin. A little bit of PVZ coming up next, guys. We'll be into that in just a few moments' time. Get that ready to rumble. Get that ready to rumble. Perfect. Alright, Shin has the server preference. Shin B. Maybe. Cool. So Goblin and Shin are going to get vetoed up and get ready for that best of 5 here. Get that underway and see where we go. Honestly, Goblin can play some pretty fun PvZ, so I'm genuinely kind of excited to see what he comes up with to try and tackle Shin, who is not necessarily the most standard of players either, right? He also is happy to mix it up a lot of the time and make things kind of fun. Bum, 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 bum. Cool. We'll get Goblin and Shin vetoing then, guys. We'll get going very soon. Awesome. Alright guys, like I say, a couple moments and get back on track as we go into the next round of action. Goes for your sword. And get ready to go. Alright, I'm just gonna step away 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, hello, hello, hello. We reply to an email as they video. Second. Alright, videos are coming through. We should have our first map pick in a moment because it is best of 5 now, guys. Torch is going to be our opening map. It's gold-based time. Alright. Let's get that underway then. Second. I guess. Sorry, just emails. Literally my life right now is just emails. Wedding here, wedding stuff there, wedding stuff freaking everywhere. Alright guys, have we heard anything new with regards to the wrong value on the Cyclone? Considering it's been wrong for many months, I don't think we're going to hear anything new until they just do an actual balance patch anyway. So, yeah, probably not. Torch is the best map this season by miles. Yeah, I really like Torches. It's so funny, this map was so hated in the TLMC, and I think people really like it now, so... Yeah, I'm very happy with Torches. Very happy it made it in. Very, very happy. Alrighty, we are loading into game. Let's get this started up. Let's get this on the way. Let's party through. As we have in the top right-hand side, the red Zerg player in this best of 5 elimination match is going to be Shin. In the bottom right, our blue Protoss player is going to be Goblin, the Goblin. Love when a Zerg's on the screen. Yeah, we're lucky enough to have a Zerg in every group of the round of 16. Unfortunately, guys, we did lose a Zerg yesterday. Don't know if you guys actually saw the end result of Pure Rogue. It's so funny. It was like midnight last night. I was like, oh my god, I didn't even check who won the game. Because I had to go at the very end of game 3. Actually, the game ended like a minute after I went offline. But I had to head out. There's only one more game, so we only missed one game, but Kua did make it through. So we did lose one Zerg from the round of 16. 2 Zergs remain. Shin is one of them. If we lose Shin, then all eyes are on Solar to be our Zerg hope. I mean, I was very happy we got 3 Zergs into the round of 16, and was even happy we got to spread them amongst the groups. But, yeah, Zerg is in a dangerous place right now. It's in a dangerous place for the moment in this tournament. There's not a lot of them left. Couple dronies, just gonna go and mine away, open up this gold mineral line for a couple of moments so we move through that little bit of space. Just having the Nexus, the Cybercore all building through. The panel and the assimilator coming up as well. Got a lot of that on the way right off the bat here. Have ourselves the Stargate coming through, then the Nexus on the way up. Warp Gate building, Link Speed building. We get everything on the way there for now. We'll just wait for the a few links to be popping out and Shin to see what he wants to do, because obviously you're on that gold base. Link floods and so are common from this scenario and this position. It's kind of weird because obviously I always say it, but torches. This is the regular game plan on torches, and it's so it's funny because it feels like this shouldn't be. It feels like this shouldn't be unexpected, because it is the norm for this map, and it's the map that's weird more so than the strategy. If that makes sense. Dep's just going to grab a Zergling. Gonna have the Ling's gonna get there, the Adept gonna go down, still the other Adept moving about, Void Ray building. The Zergling's actually gonna get the pile on the front, and now we have access into the main. To be fair, we weren't even fully walled in the low ground, the gold mineral line's open as well. I mean, this does not look good for Goblin, who does have a Void Ray. It's gonna busy itself with the Queen. Adepts will look to defend with the battery in the main base at the moment. The Zergling's trying to break through. Ling's on the way out. The Void Ray is going to get the Queen, but then what about the other Queens that are showing up? And now we pull away from the Queen. Well, it's not like the Queens are going to heal. 5 probes going down. Battery about to be out of energy. Recharge already used at this point. Step's going to just lose one of them. Turns around, gets the Queen without taking any more shots. That's nice. Probably should have just left that Queen to attack. As Shin tries to regroup together. What's next out of the Stargate? It's a second Void Ray. This Void Ray needs to pull back right now, get a little bit of healing, a little bit of shields coming back. Thing's going to make their attempt for the natural, which if you get that natural, that's pretty nice. There is one more Queen dying. We're still walking the Queen though as Shin. He is not done yet. He is not done yet, as just have those Lings. They're going to get rid of this Nexus, so the Nexus will fall. You know, one Void Ray being super low has to be super careful now, but pulls it back again. Just not going to get intercepted by the other Queens that are over there. Smoke Crawler finishing as well, so we will be able to defend from this Void Ray. It still has access to a couple of the patches easily and freely, though. The Queen's coming from the other side should stop that. Ling's back up in the main base. I don't think Goblin truly has an answer to that. GG, Shin takes game 1. And is going to start off this series on the right track. Obviously, this is a scenario where you are, again, playing a weird map to start off the series, so there's nothing too surprising about it going a bit weird. But I feel like this happens so much now that surely the pros players have to start getting a bit of a better answer to this gold-based Ling flood potential. Or maybe it's just so powerful anyway because you have to deal with so many different positions, and then if nothing happens, you're obviously putting yourself behind by trying to deal with everywhere, and you know, maybe there's a whole bunch of problems in that regard as well for us to think about. As we're ready to up for game number 2 on Incorporeal in a couple of moments. Go, 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 go. Let's do it. Game 2 coming up. Is this the biggest tournament for SC2 this month? No, Uthermal's 2v2 tournament was bigger than this. Yeah, the Uthermal's 2v2 tournament had like a crap ton of prize money. Alright, but yeah, next month is Maestros of the game. That one is 20k prize pool. It's pretty sick. In the top left-hand side, the blue Protoss player is going to be Goblin. Taking on the red Zerg in the bottom right side, we've got Shin. We get into game number 2. As best of 5, of course, Shin leading by 1. That tournament's already done. Sure, I guess this is the last, the next, this is the biggest tournament going on for the rest of the month, I suppose. There's the Leo Cup as well, that has a monthly finals now. I'm not sure when, I actually don't know what tier that is. I'm just going to be having hatch gas and pool all coming by for the moment, so we get that set up for now as we just take a moment to get settled. Next is continuing by, so yeah, we got a little bit of that setting up for now, get that underway, and yeah, just take a couple moments. I'm trying to look up the Leo Cup. How much is that? Oh, it's only $1,200. Guess that's not it's not a super crazy amount of prize money. And yeah, I guess this tournament is the biggest for the rest of the year. Rest of the month. The amount of prize money there caught you off guard. What, for the Maestros tournament? Or something else? Show you the dancing fellas? Oh, sorry, was that the last map? I'm just stealing cameras. I'm not even observing. I don't even have my usual camera steals here, but I'm trying out. Crank's usually good, but Crank goes AFK a lot, so I'm trying ByuN and Rex today, see what their cameras look like. I do not like observing while casting anymore. I really don't. The Uthermal tournament that caught you off guard? Yeah, Uthermal 2v2 had a ridiculous prize pool. It was really sick. I'm just excited for our WardiTV kind of series to wrap up. Obviously, 2025 series ends later this year. That'll be I want to do 10k, guys. Money's a little tight right now. It might just be 7.5k for that finals. For the finals championship. Like, we're at the point where some extra money here and there is difficult to come by, so I want to do 10k for the finals, but we'll see what we can do. There's also going to be still a couple of WardiTV events before then as well. We have Korean Royale Season 4 to run this year. So we have Korean Royale Season 4, and on top of Korean Royale, we also have to do... I want to do this event called the Full Frenzy. This is meant to be like a weekend tournament, because people said they really want a weekend tournament. But I'm thinking of maybe doing it as like a... I don't know if I can justify it being just a weekend, so I'm thinking of maybe making it like a week-long event, just like bam, 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 bam. Like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, group stages. Saturday and Sunday, a big playoff bracket or something. Yeah, something like that might be pretty fun. I'm gonna get the Overlord. Nice little catch as the fleet beacon comes up and online. The Nexus is about halfway done. How much have I spent on my wedding so far? I'm not going to talk about how much I spent on the wedding. We definitely have not held back on the wedding, though, it's fair to say. I'm feeling the impact of it, man. Like, my bank accounts are drained. I have player payouts to do, and I'm just like, I'm just a little tentative to do all of the player payouts. I'm a little bit late on doing it, honestly. Players are very cool about it, and if anyone requests, I'll send it out instantly, but I'm just a little tentative, just in case something comes up with the wedding. I would just like to have a little bit of backup money in the PayPal this month, and then once the wedding's out of the way, nothing's going to surprise me. It's just like, it doesn't matter if the PayPal gets emptied out, you know? I just want like a little bit of backup money. So like, I don't need all the money I'm not sending to players, but like I like to send all the player money at once, so I have it fully updated. I know everyone that's paid up to a certain point. And I'm just hesitant because right now it would like empty my PayPal account, which is fine because that's what the money in the PayPal's for. It's just I would like to have a little bit of backup money because some of the money that goes into PayPal is just my regular Twitch payment and stuff as well. So just in case like I need some of it from there, I'm just gonna hold out. I'm just holding out on playing people for like a little teeny bit. And then we'll get everyone paid out in a couple of weeks, hopefully. So should be fine. Just, I mean, like I say, I'm just being cautious more than anything else, you know. Just being sensible. Just being sensible. Who's going to be casting the wedding? We have an all-star lineup of casters attending. I don't know who's going to step up to the microphone, but yeah, maybe some surprise special casting. Hopefully, no one tries to cast any part of it. Yeah, it's gonna be nice not having to pay for stuff anymore, and then just let my bank account fill up a little bit. Well, I say fill up a little bit. I actually have a lot of plans. I wanna refresh the studio. I need to get some new monitors. I want to start streaming in a higher resolution for YouTube, so you can get better quality and stuff. And then if I'm gonna do that, I think I'm gonna get a new PC as well because my PC broke. I'm actually using Helen's PC right now. I have been for a few months. One of the GPU fans of mine went. So I kind of want to, yeah, I kind of want to do just like kind of refresh my studio a little bit, like new monitors, new PC. I'm gonna get a new audio kind of interface as well, and a little bit of that is future-proofing for the WardiTV LAN as well, because I could do with having an extra PC for people to play on, and I could do with having the other audio interface for multiple casters. So yeah, just trying to get set, and I think that would be a nice thing to get done later this year. The Queen's the Corrupt is actually going to get all of these tempers. That's really bad for Goblin. Like this was actually pretty good for Goblin until he lost everything, and the problem is he only got everything, and he only got so much done because he stuck around so long, and that's why you don't usually get the hatchery kill because, well, you don't stick around that long. Now you're in trouble. The Corruptor's going to go across the map. The majority of this army is still just air units, so the Corruptor might be able to just dive in a little bit. Yeah, they're going to go for it. Honestly, these Corruptors don't have use outside of this, so I do not hate that they're just flying in on their own. Dominate the skies is completely the correct call. And now you still have a bunch of Corruptors left, which should stop your opponent from building more air units. And that's nice, and then if you need to use these Corruptors, you can start caustic spraying and harassing with them, so you can still get some value from them over time as well. How is this even possible without $12,500 Patreon? Yeah, well. See, the WardiTV business has been built up to not fully rely on crowdfunding. Obviously, I spam them ads. You guys subscribe. Hey, look, the WardiTV Patreon's getting up there, guys. We're at... We're nearly at 1K, by the way, on our Patreon. 1K USD. We're at $847 a month on the Patreon. It's a great place to support, guys. If you enjoy the tournaments, if you enjoy the WardiTV events, Patreon, 100% of pledges there goes directly into the prize pool. So, it'd be great to get that up to 1K. We are, I guess right now we're at, like, we do break the 10K a year mark on the Patreon, which is nice. So, yeah, but support the Patreon, patreon.com/WardiTV. Get more StarCraft 2 tournaments. It's definitely worthwhile. But I think it's worthwhile because I really enjoy casting them, and I think we have good games, but hopefully you guys think they're worthwhile too because you're watching. I think in the Leo Cup finals this month, Clem is not participating. Isn't that just because he's not played in any of the Open Cups? If he wins the Open Cup on Friday, he probably qualifies now. It's a lot of units from Shin. I mean, this opening from Goblin just did not do enough, unfortunately. Like I say, like, it actually did enough, but you can't lose all of the Tempest, like I say. Imagine you had those extra Tempests back at home, and then the Corruptors can't ever fly in. It's a completely different game. Your army looks so much different. Right now, you're like purely Stalkers. You're about to have Storm. And that Storm really does finish up just in time. I'm just fearful that it's not enough necessarily against specifically Roach Ravager, which, don't get me wrong, Storms are nice to soften up the Roach Ravager. But Storms don't just kill Roach Ravager armies like they kill Lingbane. Like, enough Storms obviously would, but then you're talking about a ridiculous amount of Storms landing with no micro from the Zerg. It's obviously just unrealistic. And what's up, Ice9? Thank you so much for the 84-month resub! 7 whole years. It's freaking crazy. Thank you so freaking much. Appreciate it. Man, I took a read through the RSL Patreon money discussion thread on TL today. God, that place is a mess. I commented on this thing on like the first week or something. I said a couple of things. And then they've had another 8 pages of discussion, which is just absolute nonsense and just people making assumptions and just making shit, and on both sides as well. Is my favorite part of this. This is not just like a one-sided argument, people making stuff up. People are making stuff up to defend the tournament as well. Like, the whole thread is like an absolute comedy read. It's actually hilarious. Actually crazy. Extra zealots get whooped in. Sounds like TL, yeah. I just can't believe it. It's so long now. Like, this thread is just... honestly, this thread is absolutely bonkers in my eyes. Well, I'm just going to be seeing the few drones getting back. I mean, this game, guys, is... I'm not really commentating it much, but it's pretty not looking good for Goblin. Plain and simple. I would say it's over. I don't think Goblin really recovers from this. My problem is I just don't see... I mean, I guess with enough Storms and good defense, but I think he needs more than just the Storms right now. And maybe, hey, those Archons that are more or less popping, those are the things that I think are going to put you in the right direction to be able to have a chance to defend and to play this out. We're just not there yet still, though, right? As these Roaches step forward, Stalkers going down, the Lings are going to jump on this as well. A lot of those Stalkers going down, the Archon also in trouble. This is kind of what we expected. It was going to be something of a miracle fight or two in a row that Goblin needed, and he just wasn't getting there. GG's. That thread broke Wardy's soul. Man, it's just freaking crazy. Like, it's crazy because it's like the guy who's angry at RSL is making stuff up or making unfounded claims, let's say. I don't necessarily think what he's saying is necessarily untrue, but he doesn't have any proof of what he's saying, right? So you've got one guy... okay, so specifically, it's about... Specifically, the part that I think is extremely funny is... There's one guy who made the thread in the first place is claiming that players are unhappy with it because they're not playing in the tournament, right? Because a bunch of players have dropped out from last season or didn't bother to try and qualify, and he's saying, look, you can see even the players are unhappy. Which is not actually wrong. Players are not happy. I'm not, I haven't talked to all of the players, but I know multiple players are not happy with the prize money scenario, and so they just won't play in it. But that's all it is. Like, they just don't play, It's whatever. They're not making a big deal of it. They don't have to. Like, it's just their choice, right? So what he's saying is not necessarily untrue, but he also doesn't know this. Like, this guy's not talked to the players. He doesn't actually know. He's just saying, look, this is clearly proof. Everyone's super upset, which I don't even think they're super upset. They're just choosing not to play in the tournament, right? And then, my favorite part, though, is like, so that's kind of unfounded in any way. But then the other side is like, no, they're not playing because it clashes with this tournament. I'm just like, you don't know that any more than the other guy knows that, you know what I mean? Like, they're just both throwing, like, made up shit at each other. They all have their own reason why it's happening. They're just like, no, it's this. Oh. like, this is just so funny to me. It's just so funny to me. It's just like, no, the tournaments clash, and I'm like, the tournaments don't clash. Like, they're on the same day, but they're like multiple hours apart. Like, I haven't asked the players I haven't asked the players about this specifically, but from my experience, to me, the players will look at that and be like, that does not have any impact, Maybe someone like Cyril, for example, doesn't play, doesn't want to sign up for that, but for the 95% of the players we're talking about, I don't think this is seen as a tournament clash. So, so it's literally just like, It's literally just guys who are just like, no, my idea of why they're not playing is the correct idea. And also it's just the fact that it's like, no, see, all of these players that aren't playing is because of this. It's like, well, what if two of them just don't want to play because of clashes, and what if two of them don't want to play because of the money thing? Like, what is that not possible? Is that not a possibility where maybe like everyone just has their own reasons not to play? Maybe they don't want to play because it's just, you know, they don't fancy playing at that time of day. You know what I mean? Like, it's even funnier with the slightly behind-the-scenes info I have as well. I say behind-the-scenes info, but just having talked to a couple of people and just seeing how like TL is super riled up about this. And meanwhile, some of the players are like, some of the players are a bit more annoyed about it. Some of the players just like, it's whatever, I just won't play. It's just so funny to me. Like, it's been absolutely hilarious to catch up on, because I can't believe it's still going on, honestly, you know? But I think it's also fun that it's like they're on different sides, you know? It's great. Pool to the upper left. Hatch gas pool coming through as I got Nexus on the Cybercore building as well, so we get ourselves up and running for a couple of moments. Let's just see, the Overlord is going to take a little bit of a step in toward the natural. Cybercore will be finishing shortly. The final on the assimilator coming online. Couple of Queens building, the Ling's on the way. And drone producing through as well as we take a couple of moments. Ay. Well, just have our Stargate building. Next is on the way through. And we take a couple moments to, like I say, see what happens. Best way to fight made up ESS is made. It's just so dumb. Like, at the end of the day as well, like, RSL is just a thing. It's gonna happen. I don't think anyone at RSL gives two doo-doos about what other people think about the prize money situation either, so I honestly don't think they could care less. They have an extremely successful product that's making them money, that is people enjoy and like. So yeah, the whole thing is just fun. Like, I think initially, like, bringing it up and maybe something would be done about it. At this point, they clearly don't care. So the fact it's still going on like 3 months later is kind of crazy. Kind of a little bit crazy. All right, well, where are we going to? What is the plan? Well, we know what our plan is going to be. See the Void Ray coming up, the Warp Gate building as well. A few Zerglings from Shin out over to the left-hand side, and we'll be having them running around up there, going via the Watchtower maybe in the next few moments. Let's run straight into the Nexus. Just going to start hitting on this as we have the Void Ray overhead. We've seen a couple of Depths able to fight, and this is going to be the Nexus just about living through there in the end. As we have the extra Dep warping into the wall off, so. Plus one and Blink both building from Goblin. We have the extra gates coming online. The Rotron going to come up from Shin as well. Let's continue to bring that online here as the extra Zerglings will continue to produce. Couple of Depths trying to come around. The two extra gates coming up in the main. Plus one Blink both continue to build just here. That will finish shortly. Feelings on the way. Overlord speed will begin to build through. And let's just have the Dropper Lord building as well, so we get the idea that a little bit of aggression may be coming in here in the next few moments. Roaches build. Shin. Get the Dropper Lords going, so we get ready to go. And those roaches gather. +2/+1 on the other side. Charge coming up. A couple of Ravagers coming in. Yeah, those Dropper Lords out to the left. Roach Ravager will come through. As we just get ready to push. As the few Zerglings. We'll actually see the Stalkers out on the map. Got to be very careful of those Dropper Lords. Obviously, this is just unit production still from Shin, so those Lings are going to cause chaos, and that's really going to open the door for everything else here to really come through. But, Stalkers get rid of some of the Lings on the Watchtower there. Shin has stopped moving with those Dropper Lords. I guess maybe he's going to do the other way around, where he's going to push the front, then the Dropper Lords are going to hit. He's really waiting a while, though. Roach speed starting now. He waited a while to start that Roach speed. Obviously, he's had Lair done for a bit. Maybe he just feels like Goblin's been so aggressive on the map, he's waiting for a chance to catch him. I'm not really sure what the goal here has really been from Shin, or what the... I don't know what the go moment is going to be. I don't know what the point of just committing to this... is going to be right now. So he's going to get Queen, the Roach Ravager Ling, just going to go jumping onto a few of those Zealots. We do have the Dropper Lords. Are going to make that play. I mean, in the end, Shin is going to end up having Roach speed before he commits. Goblin's honestly had a long time to build units, though. Like I say, the Dropper Lords are going to be nice, but are they going to be able to do enough? A bunch of those Ravagers getting caught. Shin taking this fight right now. As we just see a couple of Roaches coming through as well. A few Lings will just unload. 9 probes going down for the moment. Roach Ravager will continue to produce. As we get a couple of Stalkers still pinging out an Overlord. I mean, 9 probes isn't really that much. I'm really curious as to what Shin's kind of idea was here, to be honest. Roach Ravager steps through, a couple of Stalkers going down. Cannon's coming up, just going to get biled down as well. So the cannon will fall, the battery's still taking some hits. Have a couple of Lings moving about, running into those mineral lines still. Does Shin have enough? Should have a Void Ray showing up, which surely enough over time will do some work, so... I don't know, the extra warping's coming in. We don't get the pylons, so the Stalkers will warp in there. Piles toward the Void Ray, but they end up being wasted because the Void Ray dodges back. And Goblin is 2-2 on the upgrades. GG's. Goblin 1, Shin 2. Just like that. Alright, yeah, that was kind of weird, no? I don't know what Shin waited for so long, or what the plan was gonna be. I just don't know what happened that made Shin be like, oh, no, let me wait a moment before I commit to my thing that I'm definitely gonna do, because all I've done is set up to do it. It was strange, no? It was a little bit weird, I feel like. A little bit weird. Alright, let's settle into game number 4. Hey, Goblin takes the map. I'm very happy to see that, because obviously this was not looking like a fun group for Goblin, but he gets back on track. with a map win. Let's go, Gobbo. It's a rough attack when you hit pile. Yeah, I just don't know what the... Like, it made so much sense. The Ling's gonna hit the main, the rest of the army pushes. I think what happened is that he saw Goblin being so aggressive, and I think he wanted to punish it and jump on those Stalkers being aggressive and then go. But as he was waiting, he's like, I guess now I may as well get roach speed. And then Goblin never actually got to that point of overcommitting, and so because of that, we never saw the point where Shin capitalizes, and so if Shin never capitalizes, then he's just sat there for no reason. And then Goblins had time for the economy and the gateways kicking. Like, the whole point of these timing windows for the Zerg are that they strike when the Protoss is still in the build-up phase, you know? Another boost from Goblin in the top left-hand side. Gateway coming about, probe on the way. We do have the drone building from Shin. Gonna bring that straight through as well. As the hatchery will build. Simulator coming up. A couple more drones in the hatch coming through. Proby of Gobbo heads down to the bottom side of the map. I'm just gonna check in over here, see a little bit of what's going on. Surprised he didn't drop the overlords over the third where they're already half dead. I don't know why he didn't just run by a few Lings on that third while he was hitting the other side as well, right? Like, honestly, I think he could have taken this game in a much better direction in general. I think we could have done this, way better. Woody, how was the show? Yeah, honestly, very good last night. It was actually a lot of fun. I went to see, the reason we had to end the stream early, guys, was, I had to go pick up my dad. We were going to see the Bat Out of Hell musical, which is like a musical based on Meatloaf songs, and genuinely actually just very fun. Some of the singers were actually genuinely very good as well, had great voices for it. It was I also didn't really know what to expect, like, you know, because I feel like Meatloaf sounds quite iconic, but they really nailed some of it. And then there was like also just the fact it was a musical, so I also thought they would like use like parts of the songs and like, you know, build their story around that, but they straight up just belted out like all the songs, and Meatloaf songs are like, some of these songs are like 8-9 minutes long, man. they really went for the full thing on it all. It was pretty sick, to be honest. Yeah, it was actually genuinely a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Well, actually, I thought it was going to be good, but it was actually very good. Like from a musical perspective, like if you like musicals, maybe it wasn't the best musical, but from someone who likes the Meatloaf songs, it was pretty good. Yeah, fun. Fun. All right, we get ourselves into this game 4 of the best of 5. Anyways, early game PvZ. Austin would shame me, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Ain't much going on. There's a Void Ray first, to be fair, which kind of is interesting. Means that if I had to make one prediction right now, I'm like, he's going Glaives. You get rid of the Overlords, you get rid of the scouting, and you just throw Glaives in behind it, you know? It's obviously not necessary. You can obviously just play a very normal game from here as well. But the Void Ray does deny the scouting, and one of the benefits from that is you can then maybe do things which is a little bit off the beaten path from the norm. Void Ray does mean it's going to be much worse at dealing with the Lings, though, and they show up on this third base. And they're actually going to keep the pressure going. Second Adept on the way over. I'm not sure if that's going to be in time. It is not. Cancel on the third base. Trying to get that up early does not happen. Does not happen at all. Twilight Council and Forge coming through the Gateway building. And so it does not look like glaives anymore, huh? It's a very good show, but I bet you can't tell me what the plot was. I mean, is the plot not just that, you know, girl wants to run away and, you know, be with the cool kids? Honestly, like, it was a little bit all over, but, yeah. She falls in love, she wants to go with the cool kids, she's not allowed to. And then you just, and then she just rebels against her parents. Her dad's unhappy. He wants to control her life. There was a girl, then there was loads of meatloaf music. You know what, like, this is kind of what it was like. So I'm actually reading the plot now to see, like, you know. But I actually didn't really pick up on the fact that, like, there was none of this business of, like, he was actually trying to, like, destroy where the homeless kids lived and stuff. I never... Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. That's so funny. That's wild. I'm now reading the plot in depth. No, it's so much deeper than I thought. I thought they were just putting like a tiny bit of story in there, but they really have a lot more to it. I don't know if that was really that was not really very well portrayed in the musical, I'm not gonna lie. There was a lot more just singing than than telling of a story. That's so funny. Alright, Ling Road Travager gonna come and push back a few stalkers, so I really got hardcore distracted right there. There's a few extra stalkers going to warp in. The armor upgrade coming through. I'm just going to be seeing the Lings are going to jump by, and the Ravagers are going to throw a few corrosive files onto the battery. The Queens are here. This looks a lot more like what I expected in the last game. Obviously, we made a lot more Dropper Lords last game. 30 Lings on the reproduction. Is this good enough right now from Shin? I don't know if it is. His supply is not really doing enough. Those Biles are really nice on those Zealots. He softened up a bunch of those while warping in. Queen should be able to dispatch the Void Ray. That is not a problem, but we are out of Ravagers. Like, we do not have a backup behind these Lings right now, so these Lings are going to do some serious work. We're going to need Zealot Warp-ins, and with the Zealot Warp-in, I feel like we're really not far away from seeing Goblin make a hold. There are now new Roaches on the production tab, but +1 missiles and Roach speed only just started up as well. That's going to be a part of the problem at this stage for sure. As our Queens drop back down, the Stalkers gather up. And we will just see our Queen still taking a little bit more damage, still taking some hits. The Ravagers coming back through as well. A few more Biles onto the Nexus. Roaches and Ravagers all going down. And the Nexus is saved as well. Wow. What a defense here out of Goblin. As he is not just defending this game, he is defending his tournament life. He is on the verge of elimination, and he is hanging the hell in there in this best of 5 from 2-0 down, and now defending in game number 4. And like I said, keeping that third base alive especially is huge. Nexus not going down is a miss from Shin for sure, and Goblin keeps himself competitive here in game 4. Now Shin is not on a good drone count. Kind of a weird moment for Goblin because that feels so good, but you've got to be careful. Especially because Shin is not droning. And then he starts drones. Thank you, Shin. I always appreciate when players do that. My point is, though, is if Shin has not been heavily droning, you can't just move out and attack. But then if he is kind of droning, maybe you do want to get out and punish. The Prism is a nice kind of mix, and you get to keep an eye on what's going on a little bit with that Prism, so there's a good kind of little way of making things happen. What's up, Audie? Thank you so much for the 15-month resub on the Prime. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Panel and battery cannon. Going to come on into the front. We get the +2 attack and the charge. Building as well. Cannon and battery still coming online. The few Zerglings going to run over. The Stalker's going to get there. Zerglings being picked away at as the Hydras continue to bring themselves up as well. Just a few extra drones just going to get completed. And we just have ourselves the Stalkers hanging out in the watchtower for a couple moments. +2 attack is not far from being done, which is going to give Goblin a lot of power once again. I love that those Stalkers and +2 attack can get so much done, and now Storm starting as well, so Shin poking with a few Zerglings, but Goblin's defense has been good so far. Keeping his position very, very solid for the moment as those few Stalkers again coming by. Getting a few shots off, firing it up. Doing whatever we can at the moment. Stalkers will take their chance to shoot away at a few more Zerglings again, so a little bit more being done. We'll be having the Prism is actually going to take a few shots from the Hydras as well, so a little bit extra being done here. Now we're going to see the Roach Hydra stepping up, and those Stalkers are going to be in some trouble. The Zealots down to the bottom side. Look, then building. The Zealots want to go in after the Evolution Chamber. What else do we want to try and get done right now? Storm coming online. Just going to be seeing the Stalkers still coming up. The Storm is going to be done in a few moments as well. Roaches and Hydras just going to step straight through. The Lings are going to chase upward. Just going to see those few Stalkers continue to be really hunted. I mean, the acceleration zones are going to help both. Stalkers blink away, trying to make some distance between themselves and the Roach Hydra army. Those two missiles continues to come into play. The Hive is about halfway done. The Observer's still overhead. The High Templars are ready to go. Stalkers are going to blink straight forward here. Roaches and Hydras will be taking a lot of damage. The Storm comes down. We see ourselves the few moments of settling down at the moment. Then, as the Hydra count continues to gather, the Stalker's going to hit. The Overlord takes some damage. Roach is going to step through as well. Nice Storm, going to hit a few of the Hydras on the top side of that fight. Now over here, and this is just Goblin, who's been able to build into this lovely army, is looking to come through and to tie up this series. Elimination match, going to go the distance. Good defense from Goblin. And, wow, what a turnaround from being 0-2 down in pretty devastating fashion as well. Like, this was going very, very well for Shin. And now we're going right on through to a Game 5. Yeah, absolutely love to see it. Let's throw some ads up, guys. Get this Game 5 ready to rumble. As we are going to head straight for final map, which is Ley Lines. After this, ByuN takes on Clem in the winner's match. We got a decider match after it as well. That's the wrong server. Shin does have server preference for Game 5. He is the player with the higher seed, and with that higher seed comes server preference. That's how these tournaments work. If you have an earlier stage of the tournament, whoever comes through as the higher seed will get tournament, or server preference is generally how we do things. A little bit more reason to finish higher up in your group. I did not think we were going to get a Game 5 here, especially with, Game 1 was, kind of weird, whatever, but after Game 2, especially, I was like, uh-oh. I'm getting distracted talking about other things as well, going completely off topic, and meanwhile Goblin's like, I'm going to execute the comeback! Operation Return to this series is on. And boy, it was. As we get go from Shin. Ready from Goblin. Kick this off. Kick this off. Countdown. Coming on through. As we get ourselves this game coming up. In the bottom left-hand side, we're going to have ourselves the Red Brawlers player who's brought this back. This is going to be Goblin. Up against the blue Zerg in the upper right side of the map, we've got Shin. Get this underway. Let's start it off. An idea of what is going to happen for a few moments. And see if Goblin can amass the full-on reverse sweep. Would be pretty darn sick. Excited to see if we get there. As for now, we can get settled down. Ready to go. Comeback is really, really happening, huh? You love to see it. I'd love to see it. Oh, next in the cybercore. Continue to come through. Just gonna be having the hatchery on the way up as well. A couple lings on the way. Queen's building, sorry. The probe gonna be firing for a few moments as well. And that drone has to get the heck out of there. New drone shows up as we continue to put some pressure on for a couple of moments. So the probe is going to come all the way back over. Take a moment or two. Let's just see the that's going to be right there as well. It's just a little look to see again what is exactly going on right now. Check to see what is up. And the adept is building by. Gets settled for a couple moments here. Nexus is building as well, so again, just a little look to see what's going on. Yeah, Vodraj can activate and be able to get onto the Overlord there. So he's going to be able to take that out, so that is going to fall right now. Just see that coming straight through. And Twilight Count's about to finish. The Forge is still building, and we just have the extra gateways coming about as well. So, can we get all of that on the way? This one and Blink still continue to build up. The gateways will come through. The Nexus is about to be done there as well. Baneless continues to again just build by. See what is the next step of this. Just having ourselves the Bane Nest coming through, then finishing a couple of moments. The Lair still very much so on the way as well. And the upgrade coming by. Continue to get settled. Just going to be seeing the Void Ray moving about also. So what gets picked off also. Just going to be seeing this going down the lair. Lings, the melee upgrade, again, bit of everything coming through for the moment. So we just got a lot of that underway. All that settling up. That's the lair. We'll finish very soon. Again, additional Zerglings coming by. Also, a melee upgrade still on the way in. The +1 and the blink coming up. The forge is halfway done. And Shin is running around with these Zerglings, trying to see where we can get to, trying to see what the plan may be over these next few moments. So again, trying to get a little bit of this all settled in as the attack and the blink are going to be done very shortly. Goblin counterattack. Goblin going to lose the 4th base. That has to be cancelled straight away. Ain't no saving that just yet. The Void Ray activating, going to take the Overlord down up between the bases. Melee upgrade will finish very soon as well. The Overlord still building by. Hydra's now coming online. And a few more Overlords, a few drones coming up. Queen just going to get there. The drone still taking damage. Queen will continue to fight back against said Void Ray for a few more moments. Again, +2 attack and the +1 armor building as we speak. As the extra cannons and battery coming online as well. Stalkers will get by and go after those few Zerglings. Just going to be able to straight up chase those for a few moments there. Chase them down. Zergling's going to get jumped on as the Stalkers come back the other way. Once again, it's the Stalklings that are running at the moment. Extra Stalkers, the +2 attack, and the +1 armor upgrade all continue to come by at the moment. Goblin's getting set up into a comfortable place. I feel like this is the sort of position Goblin has enjoyed being in the previous couple of games. Obviously, it has come off of defending aggression, but let's see what comes around. Attack on the way up. Add that charge on in there. And to gain the Bane speed. Gonna come through with this as well, so still settling for a moment or two. Little bits of action still, then we're just going to be seeing the Hydra coming about, +1 missiles coming through. That Ling Bane force really is adding up in numbers a little bit right here, so again, a lot of that on the way in for the moment. Have the Lingbane Hydra gonna go rolling through. Big attack in then from Shin. Can Goblin survive this right now? No Temple Archives and no splash damage yet is going to make this extremely difficult. No splash against Lingbane Hydra in general is going to make the life very tough. Is Shin just going to get himself through into that decider match on the back of this after a little bit of comeback came in from Goblin? It looks as though this is good enough at the moment for Shin. Knocks the 4th base down. That's going to be one of his major goals with this push. Succeeded. And I think he's going to be very happy right there as well as a few Lings run through from the top. The Zealot Stalker take a chunk of damage. A few Hydras getting chased down. Additional Zealots building right now from Goblin as well. So you get those on the way up. +3 attack, +2 armor. Building as well. So those Stalkers are going to blink through and they're going to go after those Hydralisks. More damage being done. Let's just see the Stalkers. The Zealots are going to get back onto this. Hydra's going to get jumped on again. The Queens are still being chased for a couple of moments. I mean, I like Goblin's counterattack. In the end, he's going to start losing a lot of these Stalkers, though, and that's obviously going to end up being pretty darn costly. The Zealots stepping through on top of a bunch of those Lings. The Hydra's really trying to hold out for themselves at the moment. I mean, these Phoenixes are shown up as nice, just His upgrades are great, but man, just the lack of splash really is basically TLDR no Storm, but even just Colossus. I mean, Colossus isn't the go-to, so we don't really mention it as like a realistic choice here. Even though, honestly, it really could be. So, yeah, it's kind of just an interesting scenario all around. As we see what the heck we're going to start doing next is the real kind of question on my mind, at least, I guess. As we take a couple of moments. Let's see, the Stalker's still firing it up. Just going to be having the feelings coming around. Hydra's going to get there as well, going after a few more of those Archons. Try and get as much done as possible. I think it's just going to be too much overall, so it does seem to be a little bit too difficult of a situation that's breaking out right now. Just going to have the Ling Hydra still continue to move through. Zerglings chasing after the Archon. The Archon is going to go down. The Hydra's still setting up there as well. And Stalker coming through. The Ling Hydra will take some more shots. We are going to continue to push forward for the moment. I mean, Goblin is honestly hanging on there with so little in comparison, but the reality is, if Shin just stops for a moment, he's got 30 more workers. If he just stopped and let his army actually build up in size a little bit, he'd be in a way better place and would easily, I think, crush through what Goblin has remaining at that point. Maybe he's a little bit afraid to kind of slow down. Maybe he doesn't want to just yet, but I think there's a little bit reason for concern. Let's just have the Lingbane Hydra continuing to build by. So 10 lurkers on the way as well. So we are also just improving this game state, realistically. It is also kind of super noteworthy at the moment. So the game state is indeed improving. Just going to have the Hydra still building up, plus 3 missiles. Seismic Spines coming online also. And the Drop Lord's building too, so 6 of those on the way up as Shin is still not going to simply find an attack in to get the win. Is kind of what this is coming down to right now, so not finding that just yet. As we have the lurkers do power up. I do think, honestly, he should be kind of there. I don't think he needs the Drop Lords or anything of that sort right now. This really does not feel necessary. See those lurkers still firing away then, so I mean, obviously getting in a position like this, lurkers should have a good time, but where the hell is the lurker support? Why do we not have any of these around? Why is everything else? Oh my god, Shin, what are we doing? Bro, what is happening? This is low-key kind of crazy. 3 Zealots coming in, the Hydras will be chased away for a few more moments. Again, the +3 armor on the upgrade tab finishing. So your 3/3 here is Goblin. Those upgrades must be doing some serious work because he continues to just survive for the moment. Storm is done. High Templars are warping in. Goblin is just attacking in though, because maybe it just feels like there's no lurkers up right now. A few of them do finish in the back. The Bane's just going to roll through and help to dismantle this. Of all the times for Goblin to attack, I just don't know if this was really it. Like, yeah, the lurkers are scary, but going there, he didn't have a lot to really deal with the Banes, and High Templars didn't really have energy either. Really not ideal. Really not ideal. Final Glands is going to finish. Again, a few more Hydras, the +2 melee coming up, the Extractor coming through. $26 things. Still building by. The Ling is going to run up, go after the Cyber Core. The couple Hydras gathering together. +2 melee is going to continue through. Zealots and High Templar building the armor upgrade, or sorry, shield upgrade now is the next on the list for Goblin. Really making this army as tanky as he can. If he could ever survive through to make that matter. Goblin is pushing once again. The Lings into the main, going to go after the said Forge, so maybe that's goodbye plus 3 shields. Storm drop is going to, well, not drop, but just storm to the high ground, going to get rid of so many. Lings will settle in. The Fusils are gathering. Yeah, that Forge did go down. Honestly, not sure how upset we are about the lack of plus 3 shields. I imagine it helps, but I can't imagine it's one of the most impactful upgrades we would have seen here. Storm onto the few lurkers that run about. The army moving up to the top. The Queens will fire some damage. I mean, Goblin's army is up there and threatening. These lurkers are morphing in over here. Like, what the hell are they doing in that position specifically? These Archons are actually going to get caught, but then they kill off the Zerglings that are coming their way. The lurkers will be a problem. I mean, Goblin is still bleeding out workers, but the army supplies are dead similar. If Goblin can just find some good fights, he finishes off this hatchery on the right side. There's still a 5-base setup for Shin, however. And like I say, the lurkers on the other side, on Goblin's side of the map, are going to show up as well, so that bottom side base is going to be in trouble. I just don't think Goblin has an answer to this now, so if he loses his 4th and he ends up... He's going to recall into the lurkers. I mean, it's going to be good for the cleanup, but it ain't cheap, right? We lose the Archon there, for example, so that's already a little bit of an expense. You just have to look, you know, stare down in the face, basically. Can we fight the rest of this? As Shin brings the rest of the army across the map. Again, it's been an incredible attempted, continued way to hold on from Goblin. But I feel like he's been losing this game for an extended period, and probably has been, but has been able to keep himself going. It's moving into the main and natural. Seeing the lurkers still gathering up. Plus 3 melee coming about. Lurkers and Hydras all on the way. Couple more stimulators building through. Those pylons coming online. The High Templar getting built as well currently. Oh, right base may go down. Shin, surely we can find a fight just to get rid of this. Like, I don't understand why this has been such a difficult game for Shin, honestly. I actually feel like he's made it more complicated than it ever had to be. But I mean, credit to Goblin because he absolutely managed to hold on. And honestly, maybe the upgrades helped out a lot, but when Shin gave up the first round of lurkers, I think that was the most surprising part. His army of Goblin is slowly getting cornered. No recall available. He must go through one set of lurkers. He just has to pick his poison. He's going to go upper left, which wasn't the higher count, but obviously try to get him home to safety. The storm is reasonable. We kite back against the Zealots. I'm waiting for this game to end, man. Like, this game is meant to end. Unfortunately, Goblin's going to be eliminated, but crazy stuff from him to try and stay in it so long. He did give us a hell of a series in the end, too. Giving us all 5 games when it felt like maybe it was on the way to being a 3-0. This is genuinely over at this point. I don't mind Goblin staying in because, let's face it, he's stayed in so long when he probably shouldn't have been. At this point, maybe he still doesn't even know why Shin's not being able to kill him. Maybe he thinks something else is going wrong on the other side, you know? Else the Immortals. The High Templar will come through. So we've seen a couple Hydras setting up defense. I mean, Shin just needs to attack. I actually think even if he A moves in and gets stormed on the Hydras, I think he still has enough right now. Honestly. With additional lurker shots still continue by, then just going to be having the drones. A few of those getting dropped off. Maybe Goblin is just a god. Maybe Goblin just has power we don't understand as mere mortals, and Shin is realizing it, trying to play against him. He's just like, something's not right. He's like, it's just not going the way it should be. GG's. This game just went on and on and on. Nothing wrong with a long game, but man, like, this game was meant to end, no? This game was meant to be over. It just did not happen. GG's. Alright. We'll get into our next game in a couple moments, guys. That was a little bit of a baffler. Credit to Goblin. He gave us a good fight for it in the end. He'll leave this tournament 13th to 16th position. And yeah, congrats to him for making it through the round of 24. Excited to see Goblin in some upcoming events still. I feel like Goblin's really still playing some great StarCraft 2 at the moment, so... Alright, I think I'm going to take a moment or two while they veto, guys. I'll be right back. I'll see you guys in a sec. Clem and ByuN coming up over the next couple of moments. Goblin, the god comment and had enough. Yeah, he realized he was being outed. He realized we were onto him. He had to change things up a bit, you know. Talking back here in a few moments, guys. Get this on the way. Top right. In this best of 5 winners match. Gonna be playing the Protoss. The PVT. It is Clem. Taking on the red Terran in the bottom left. We've got ByuN. Shin waits in the decider match for whoever loses here. The winner will cement themselves into the round of 8 alongside Max Pax and Cure from Group A yesterday. Let's see who this is going to be taking favor right now. What's for lunch? Nothing. I do not have lunch. I had like a instant noodles for. Well, I mean, I guess that was my lunch, instant noodles. But I had that before I started the stream, and an apple as well. Very minimal, very minimal meal today. Pro coming up the high ground to see a little of what's going on here. Gonna go nibbling at the SCV, so some damage being done. Curious what Clem's win rate in PvT versus TvT is. There's not really a comparison you can make because his TvT, he's never played PvT at the same time he's played PvT, right? So any win rate is going to be from like a different period of his career. So it's going to be a little funky, I guess. I do think overall he wins more PvT than he did in TvT. Like TvT really has that. TvT didn't play to Clem's strengths, where I think there's a lot of comeback potential, and that good micro can't always get you out of those situations, and I think that those are the strengths that Clem plays to a lot of the time. And when he played to those strengths in PvT, he can actually make his strengths really shine compared to what he can make them do when it's Terran versus Terran instead, so... So yeah, I think yes, I do think it's a case of... I think his PvT is better, but it's also hard to say because, like I say, maybe like the games and the meta he plays in has a big impact as well, right? So yeah, it's a fun question. It's a fun question with no good answer from me. That was the best kind of question, huh? He would have won EWC if he didn't get kicked out early. Yes, if he didn't lose, he would have won. It's a shame because if he just realized that sooner, he could have just tried to win the series that he lost in instead. Yeah, I would have been. I would have. You know, I actually would have expected the world champion to have picked up on that strategy as well. Can we still say Protoss is Clem's off-race? I mean, you can, but it does have very different connotations to when you talk about the off-race of anybody else, right? Like, he plays it so much it doesn't feel like an off-race anymore. It is his main race versus Terran, but like, versus Terran it's his main race, but it is still his off-race overall, because he still plays Terran in the majority of his matchups, right? Double bit of mine coming across. Just have the blink. Is going to finish very soon. The siege tank, the Marines continue to come about. If ByuN manages to win, you'll put $50 to WardiTV. Wow. Okay. Let's go, ByuN. Do. What's that? I'm getting word Clem is disqualified. Unbelievable. Wow. I just can't believe this would happen. Well, it's okay. He's still going to be able to play the decider match. I'm getting word it's a minor disqualification instead of a major disqualification. So good on Clem for not doing anything too bad. Yeah. Yeah. The abuse of power, guys. The abuse of power. A couple stores going to get through. Going to get rid of that Widow Mine, so that will go down. Temple Archive still coming up. The Gateway building. Nexus and the Immortal coming online as well. We have a push forward here from ByuN. So he's going to go for a little bit of a journey. Attempt to see just what exactly is going on. The mine will get picked off, so the mine drop doesn't really do much. Good defense there by Clem so far. Stalkers get there. Going to see that Cyclone going down as well. Continue to settle just for a couple of moments, so getting joined up. Seeing what we can do. The medevac pulling a couple of things back. Means the tanks continue to come over. Just gonna have ourselves a few moments of still settling ourselves in here. And Stim Combat Shield and the +1 upgrade coming through. The Storm coming up, the Charges on the way. The Immortals continue to gather. We do head on over to the sides a little bit. As just defensive setup from Clem looking good. ByuN probably not going to try and do too much until the upgrade's finished. Stim Combat and Bio, +1, sorry, for the Bio is all very much so on the way and very far along already. So continue to make some progress there. Fire's going to be there. A couple Stalkers getting pushed back. The Side Storm is going to be finishing the charge halfway done. Again, Ghost Academy coming up. The extra barracks coming in. We do have ByuN just poised to kind of keep those Stalkers from getting forward and do much. We're obviously about to have Storm now out on the field. So, Storm available from Clem. That's going to be a major, major aid to him as well, you would expect. Can see the Robo Bay coming through. Continue to get settled. Banshee going to get into the back of this base, and we're actually going to see a couple of probes already starting to drop down. So again, a little bit of damage being done right off the bat as we can get a few shots off. Banshee will fall. Additional Warpins coming in. Zealots and the High Templar come through. We have the Forge, we have the Robo Bay coming on the line as the Armory will be building. Add an Engineering Bay onto that as well. A couple of Vikings also in production. See the couple of Vikings out to that left-hand side, trying to see what else is potentially going on at the moment. So a lot of Zealot Stalker stepping forward. The Immortals coming. The High Templar stepping through as well. Tank's gonna get sieged. Bang, bang. Gonna get some good shots off initially as well, so that works quite nicely for now. One Storm coming down, a couple of Vikings getting hit as well. The siege tanks absolutely taking some damage. One more Storm coming into play. Since see the command center getting knocked down. It's a cancel, so Clem able to slow down the 4th base from ByuN. And Clem just doing what Protoss can really do at this stage of the game, which is step onto the map and really own a lot of these positions and shut down a lot of these locations. He's actually doing a very good job of that and put himself in a great position there initially. going to be seeing the bio coming through. Storm on the Marines is going to be lovely as well. Very nice. Bio still gathers together. What's up, Adam Protos? How you doing? Thank you so much for the 50-month resub. Timeshare flies. Yes, it does. Yeah, I'm having that feeling all year long. It's honestly, I feel like in 2.5 weeks gonna be post-wedding for me, and then I feel like the year might slow down because I feel like I've been counting down to it all year. Well, the Observer just saying about the Zealot Stalker, the High Templar moving around as well. The High Templar, the Bio and the Ghost are going to look to do some work there, but then Clem hits from the left side. That's what ByuN is not ready for. Has to come running across right here to try and save himself from that army. Command center there, going to have to lift off. Planetary obviously was trying to be morphed in. Can't chase down the ramp because of the storm. ByuN just kind of having to split and defend multiple locations. Clem's dealing with this very well so far himself. Again, forced the lift off on that CC and is just happy to step away for a moment right there. So doesn't feel like he needs to do much else, for now at least. Clem just attacks in. He just executed this entire attack extremely well. He knew when to pull back, he put himself in a good position at the right time as well, and Clem is going to take the opening game here against ByuN with a 1-0 advantage in the best of 5 winners match of the round of 16, looking to book some tickets to the quarter-finals. Oh, well, just the playoffs, because we actually have double elimination playoffs as well, so... Alright guys, get into game 2 in a second. If you guys enjoyed the stream, don't forget to support, like and subscribe on the YouTube, follow on the Twitch, and if you've got a Prime sub, you can use that as well. It helps us out a whole bunch. Appreciate it. And yeah, TLDR, support the stream. It's not going to be a long sellout, it's going to be a quick sellout. And I'm going to get this next game hosted. Perfect. Alright, let's host up, move some people around. Ready. Let's kick off into Pylon, guys. Game number 2 of this best of 5 winners match. It's underway. Countdown is good. Let's get into it. In the bottom right side, the red Terran player is going to be ByuN, down a game against Clem. In the top left-hand corner, just settle ourselves into game number 2. Here on Pylon. Don't know why Terrans don't just learn PvP to play against Clem. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Oh! Let me get my stream elements open so I can read that properly, because it's a little small on my screen. Give me a moment. Veiled Fury, thank you so much for the £25 donation. Super generous. Says your request for funding has been approved by the Hive Owners Association. Thank you so much for the 25, mate. Like I say, I appreciate the support, and thank you for supporting the stream and the tournaments. Thank you so much. Appreciate the generosity. Thank you for making the sellout section worthwhile. It's always nice, isn't it? You sell out a teeny bit, people respond. Love it. Thank you so much. Genuinely appreciate it. And I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you once again. Prenibus and Stalker Art, Twilight Council, a choice from Clem, no surprises there. We know he loves to play with the Blink, and that's kind of just what we expect this series to be from him. Lots of Blink Stalkers, and getting set up into good positions, allowing himself to get into some good places as the TLDR of it all. Just have the Stalker coming back across to the other side of the map. Stepping over there for the moment. Pepper and Hellions going to try and poke at the front, try to see a little bit of what is potentially up for grabs for a moment or two, but honestly not really too much going on just yet. Just have ourselves a starport, swapping back over to the Tech Lab. A couple of Reapers poke through. The Stalker will obviously be able to deflect those and keep them out of track. The Banshee getting cloaking, and ByuN with the tank as well. So again, a lot of aggressive high power units in the early stages already. Just got a couple of Stalkers gathering up. Charge not far from finishing. It's about halfway done. And Banshee tank, Marine cloaking, all coming through. Next is the Robo facility coming about. Charge on the way. Can we settle into next few moments here and see what our plan is gonna be. You can see the Banshee, the tank and Marines all continuing up. Take a couple of moments. Banshee gets some shots off, a little bit of damage being done. Nicely done so far. Some good work for the moment here. You have the couple of probes going down. We will have that blink continue to come through. Gateway probes all coming up. The tank, the marine, the barracks coming online as well. Zealot Stalker Sentry just gathers on that high ground. Still the army of ByuN looking for the opportunity to maybe get in position and try find an opening here. Does he want to push? I mean, he's got Stimmin +1 behind this now. Begins to bring that through. And Stim back, combat shield, +1 attack, bit of everything on the way. Link really is just about to finish as the Temple Archives is finishing momentarily. You've got a Forge on the way out as well. Still got those upgrades building. Stimpack Combat Shield and +1 coming by right now. The couple of Medivacs will be building it as well. We just have the Blink about to finish. Storm and the upgrades continue through as well. ByuN just sitting back. What is noteworthy about ByuN right now, 5 barracks, no third base. He's looking to hit the 2 base all in. Clem is going to have Storm to help him deal with that. He's not far from getting his own upgrades either, which would obviously help too. The whole point of this build from ByuN is to be, you know, he wants to basically try and hit in a moment where Clem's not going to have what he needs to, you know, fight back against it. So it's likely the situation we're seeing build up right now is the Marine Marauder coming over. Oh, guys, I gotta go answer the door, sorry. I'll be right back ASAP. Ah! Back into a fight! Apparently Clem is winning this. No, I missed it. God damn it. Why do people deliver parcels at the worst possible time every time? Never lucky. Stormed on the ram. Tank sieged. There's a lot of Zealots, tanks on siege. Storms available. Pretty vanilla fight. Rip. Alright, game 3. That's Stephanie. Clem 2-0. Sorry, guys. Heard Ellie barking. I was like, what's she barking at? Like, oh my god, the door's gone. Like, no, Helen's not in. Yeah, sorry, guys. You know, we should put like a live right now. Do not ring the doorbell. Come back later. Sign up or something. Tanks always get caught. Well, yeah, if you push all 3 tanks forward super aggressive. I mean, the problem is you're on a timer, right? So you're kind of pressured to, you know, push your tanks up together. But at the same time, that's going to expose them. Like, it's one of the weaknesses of the build, you know. Sadly. Trust me, I would also like if my tanks could just teleport forward in siege mode. Ready. And we go straight to game 3, guys. It's winners matches. Turn into some big aggression. Well, Clem looking good so far. Get ready to resume. Time for some tank evacs. I always wondered what it would be like if you could lift a siege tank, but then it drops out unsieged. It's probably still very OP. Probably still very OP because you're obviously still getting the ability to remove, you know, an immobile unit. Let's see if you can settle down. Now we're going to proxy this. Proxy's in a good place. Probe is not going to come and check across fort. So both barracks going down toward the middle of the map. Keep forgetting the tank evac era. It was in such a weird period of StarCraft 2, right? Because that's such a strange point in time. Like, what a weird world that we lived through. Tanks can shoot from the medevacs without being dropped. Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a balanced suggestion. I love it. What if, you know, Terrans always have an issue with money. They could always do with more stuff. What if you actually have just an upgrade that lets medevacs spawn? When you build a medevac, it spawns with a tank inside of it. Wouldn't that be nice? It's not going anywhere for ByuN just yet, as Clem has a Zealot. He's going to drop the expansion down. This is now going to be Marines, so expanding into some Marine pressure. We'll see how that fares. Marine's going to be poking away. Palin taking some damage. The Zealot coming through as well. Probes going down. Stalker still pulling back over. Again, the Marines coming around. The factory is about to finish as well. It should be researched to delay it a little. Okay. Like, if it needs balancing, it might not be that strong, you know? It might not be that strong. Who knows? Remember when Proxy T-Rex is good? ByuN's been Proxy Rexing a lot lately. He changes up what the proxy is based on his he kind of chases. He figures out what the proxy is based on what the Protoss does. In this situation, Clem didn't expand right away, so he went Marines. I do feel like that's one of the weaker variants. Doesn't really get to do much from there. This really just kind of got shot down kind of easily, no? Not ideal. Make energy overcharge lock behind warp gate research. Or to make sentries worse. That literally only nerfs early sentries and oracles, no? To be fair, oracles are very good right now. Use the healing shrine, actually get some health back on the stalkers. It won't regenerate the shields, but the health bars get filled back up again. As ByuN is in really not the greatest of spots, guys. There's a Woodermine burrow at the front that will buy us time. We could sacrifice the Zealot. I think that's a very reasonable thing to do here. Zealot goes down, we get the Woodermine command center. Building on the third location. If Clem steps down there, that's the easiest cancel he's ever going to find, but he's not going to, because who the hell presumes a third CC is going to be building on location at this moment? Nobody. ByuN is, ByuN's just like, you know what, I'm feeling a little bit YOLO today. Like, I'm just feeling like sending it, right? Love that. Blink coming through, the Observer coming up, next is still building. Command Center coming through as well, so he's tanking a few Marines, will also build out. Siege tank Marines continue through. We are going to be seeing the barracks halfway done. The command center is still coming up. Stalkers will step down toward the natural as the gateway gets placed. And that next is still coming online as well. So again, a little bit of everything coming through for the moment. Can ByuN actually get himself back in this game with this crazy quick third? It's going to be on location, no flying about. Just going to be able to start producing SCVs and send them right on over there. Let's get rid of the Observer, which is a nice little grab also. Stalker's going to blink down the low ground, just going to have ourselves a couple probes. Continue to move through. Charging the Colossus, continue to build up so we get all of that brought through as well still. System combat and +1 building up. Marine Marauder still on the way out. Continue to settle in for the moment. Tank gonna get a few shots off. Hits coming in. I'm heading down the right-hand side. So the push is moving over. Marine Marauder Medevac popping out. The armory building getting settled for the moment. Your rocks is going to get knocked on. Colossus, the Stalkers, the Immortal are going to finish those rocks up. Take that down. A few Marines step forward as well. We'll just see those Zealots going to turn around and go the other direction. So we'll chase back a little bit. Just going to have the Bunkers of Shell still building through. Marine Marauder Medevac all coming up at that armory on as well. Now going to see the Colossus laser beaming the depot here for the moment. A couple of SCVs going down. Workers still dropping. 5 workers killed at the moment. A few Stalkers trying to get through for the Marauder. Going to be able to get that grab. Nice kill. Some supply is kind of nutsy. He's got so many Zealots. I don't think a couple of tanks are going to scare him. They're going to try and tank for ByuN, but look at the Prism just warps in as aggressively as it really could. Clem's PvT is extremely good against ByuN. Like, ByuN really struggles to play against Clem's Protoss. I mean, Clem's very good in PvT as well, which makes sense, but I think ByuN's style really kind of clashes a bit. Puts him kind of in an unfavorable spot. Clem advances to the round of 8 alongside Max Pax and QF. First place for him. Good position to start off in. Going to be ByuN Shin to wrap up this group, guys. I mentioned it when we had this series earlier today, but ByuN Shin to me was always going to be a matchup where it's like, okay, I actually think these two could probably rematch a bit further down the line, you know? Like, this could be our decider match, and so the games we see here, it's not too bad if it's a little bit crazy and a little bit hectic and all the rest of it, you know? So, yeah, we're going to get this ready to roll, and we'll kick this off in just a few moments. It's settling into play. Alrighty, guys, couple of moments. Get ready to roll out. Kick this off. So, we will get into ByuN Shin in a second. Love it. We should load 2 to 4 Marines into a Raven. And the Raven would just have guns equal to the Marines. This is what we need. We need fusion in StarCraft 2, you know? We just need unit fusion. Maybe that can be, instead of adding new units for the 4th expansion, when they inevitably come back to that, obviously, at some point, maybe they should just make it so you can fuse units. That'd give us a lot of new combos to play with anyway. Are you sick of getting six-pooled? Because, you know, the Blizzard intern doesn't realize that there's actually 12 workers at the start of the game right now. Are you sick of getting six-pooled? Well, now, you can take all of your probes and make them into Mega Probe, who can fight off Zerglings. Yeah? All you need to do this to defend the six pool is tier 3 tech. Or onto something. Magnatha, going to be the opening game, big map to start us off. This was kind of a weird series between these two earlier, so I'm excited to see what kind of games we get in the rematch. That'll probably be StarCraft 3, not next expansion. No, StarCraft 3 is not happening. I mean, look, we should give up hope on StarCraft 3. We should start... Maybe that's the mistake. Maybe asking for StarCraft 3 is too much, but maybe if we ask for, you know... Yeah, maybe we should ask for a StarCraft 2 expansion. Maybe that's more realistic. Alright. Maybe we should start with a Cyclone bug fix. Maybe they should keep the site. I honestly hope in the next patch they're like, hey, look, we see the Cyclone bug. We actually like it. We actually think it makes the unit better. Full stop. God, people would be pissed off. People would be so mad. I love it. Low-key kind of love it. Maybe I don't really love it long term, but like, God, even if it was just the patch notes. What about the Colossus? But Protoss need all the help they can get. It's not the same. When is BlizzCon? It's next year sometime, no? I don't know. They moved it. Isn't it in like September and stuff? Like, we used to have it in like November, but I think it's in September now. Shut up? Okay. Under strict instructions from the moderators, I shall shut up. When do I get to talk again, though? Like, do I get to talk about the game, or just have to stay shut up? Oof. Gun bottom right, Shin up left. Aim number 1. Best of 5. Final match of the day. One player is going to be into the playoffs after this. The other will be out in 9th through 12th place for $125. We'll just have a couple of racks on the way to the front, so ByuN is going to open with the multi-racks. I mean, he opened with this in an earlier game today, and he went for a 3rd racks proxy, then went 5 racks total, which was pretty crazy, to be honest. Pretty nutty. Gonna be seeing the 2nd rack's about to complete. There's a couple of Reapers will come through. Orbital coming up. Catching the pool coming by. You expected me to do the zoom in on both players and death lines. I was going to commit to it, but I don't have the commitment today. My brain is fried. Like, honestly, like, I could do with like the next 3 weeks off. I could really do with just 3 weeks off right now and just like finish this whole wedding thing and then, like, you know, get back to StarCraft. My brain just ain't there for streaming at the moment, I'm not gonna lie. Didn't some Korean company buy the rights for SC2? Yeah, they it was to make a StarCraft game. It wasn't for SC2, the rights for SC2, it was just the rights to make a StarCraft game, I believe. How many guests will attend my wedding? 70-ish? I think about 70. Not too many, not too few. It's a nice number. When we be going down, we'll just see the couple CCs coming up, the factory on the way through as well. A few drones still building in also. As a couple queens gather up and the Reapers will be there. Queens will drop down a creep tumor, and we will have our orbital and command center building at the moment. Cast your wedding. Why does everyone say this? Like I feel like every time we mention it, someone in chat feels obligated to be like, you should cast your wedding. How does that even work? How does that even work? Gonna cast myself, standing, waiting around. Ay. Not even a wedding cast? Yeah, I know. Sorry, guys. Where's Zach for our second 7-year resub of the day? What's up? Thank you so much for the prime. Appreciate it. Porty's first IRL stream is his wedding. We did an IRL stream at BlizzCon once. Like a very small one. I did a couple piano streams. We did a house tour as well. Have Harston cast the wedding. Harston's going to be a bit busy on the wedding day. He has some other roles to play, so yeah, Harston has to. Yeah, Harston's going to be a bit too busy to cast, I think, guys. Is he the godfather of the wedding? Yes, he's the godfather of the wedding. In case me and Helen can't make it, Harston's going to look after the wedding for us instead. You know, if stream he streamed his wedding, like, who would actually, like, I don't know why you guys would even want to watch my wedding. It sounds extremely uninteresting. You know? Is Harston gonna walk me down the aisle? Yes, that is Harston's job. Harston's just a sub, yeah. he's just gonna tap in if someone doesn't show up. A few Marines will step forward, the Overlord will go down. A few Roaches and the Queen just gonna be there, gonna push the Medivacs away ever so slightly. Again, the 1-1 in the combat shield still building up. Siege tank coming through, the barracks is coming in, and a few Marines will be lifting up away from those Roaches, just to get those picked up and taken out of there. The Roaches will gather up back together again, just going to be seeing the Infestors coming through, the Carapace upgrade coming about. You want to see the wedding cake? Yeah? So the cake is one of the few things I've not organized myself. Helen took charge of the cake. But it's not SC2 themed, guys. there's not going to be StarCraft 2 included in it. '17 the wedding has the race distribution. Yeah. A lot of Protoss players. There's obviously, you know, the family members are a little bit older, so Protoss was really the only option for them. So yeah, there is about 50 Protoss. Hey, we have got 2 Zergs though. I think there's 2 whole Zergs. Well, I know actually Risky's a Zerg as well, 3 Zergs. No 4 Zergs. Oh, I'm counting 4 Zergs. 5. I actually think there's 6 Zergs. I actually think there's going to be 6 Zergs there. It's honestly not bad. You know, in this current climate of StarCraft 2. Maybe this is the problem though. All the Zergs are too busy being popular, getting invited to weddings. They don't have time to come play the online cups, you know. Old and slow go pros. Can you imagine trying to play Terran when you're old? It's like every time you try and micro marine, your wrist creaks. It's like, the pain. No shot. Road Travel just stepping over. 2-2 upgrades coming by. Now going to be seeing the Corrosive Battles trying to catch this medevac as ByuN. In this opening game of this best of 5, we're completely off topic. That's okay. Honestly, my brain is so fried. I honestly don't think being off topic is such a bad thing right now, as we just have the 2-2 upgrades going about, vehicle plating coming online, drilling claws is coming in, the Marines still step forward. A couple of infestors up that ramp as the fuelings get turned the other way. Marines still stepping through as we just have 2-2 still building, +1 vehicle plating, drilling claws on the way out. A lot of progress being made there at the very least. As you do see, the Ling's going to get all the way down to the bottom side of the map. They're going to get in, and that mineral line is going to be immediately exposed. Mastery will be in trouble on that left side. It's going to go down, so ByuN is going to be able to knock that down. Drop over on the other side, getting picked off as well. The base is nice, and the rest of these units should be able to back it off. That tank support is going to be great until the Ultras arrive. Ultras are actually going to be amazing here for Shin. Problem is, has he taken too much damage already? Those Ultras pop out and join the fight before Chitinous Plating's done. That's crazy. One died, the other got away. Obviously, Fungals have a huge potential right now as well. If they can lock units down and let the Ultras reach them, that's going to be massive. Ultras chasing again, the few Marines stepping back. Ultra, the Lings, and +3 Carapace. +2 melee, the Chitinous Plating coming up as well. A little bit of everything else still coming through. No amount of off-topicness can rival the off-topicness of a Take TV stream. Look, sometimes people are here to watch StarCraft with talking over it. They don't necessarily need to hear about what's going on in the game. But just trying to, you know, account for everybody as those rocks went down. Kind of blocks the potential to kind of come in from a larger angle as the Zerg. Fungals are decent. Follow-up Fungal decent too, but the Ultras have struggled to close the gap, but the Fungal's still coming in. The Ultras have closed the gap now. We get off creep mines to do some work. The Bio-kiting backward. 2-2 to the 2 Carapace upgrade. Obviously, there's only 1 melee on these Ultras, but the Carapace is the important thing, because if you had an extra Carapace, those Ultras would feel much more difficult to kill with just Bio. ByuN comes out of this in an okay spot because he actually gets rid of so many of the Ultras, so many of the tech units. Killed every single Infestor as well, by the way, so all the Infestors went down. That makes it an extremely expensive rebuild for Shin, so that's going to be kind of tough to get into the next stage of here, as we just see units gathering up. The few Marines and Marauders coming out, Medivacs as well, 3 upgrades. Halfway done at the moment. This army still regathering from Shin, but definitely in trouble, man. He's also on 62 drones, so his economy is not in a good place either. This does feel like ByuN is taking a good lead on Maganatha right now. He's putting himself into a good position so far. His Bio army stepping up. Evolution Chamber going to go down. Nice little fungal growth. Catching a few units once again. Still got the 3 upgrades coming about. The Libs coming online. Ghosts coming online. Ultras also building as the Baneling speed comes up as well. Ravager Ultra Lane trying to run on through there. A couple of Corrosive Battles landing very nicely onto those Liberators. Wouldn't mind taking damage. drop across the map has killed the natural. This feels like Shin needs to do significant damage here. Overseer actually friendly firing on, getting friendly fire damage from the mine onto the bio unit, so that works. As ByuN is a little tucked into a corner, nothing is reaching the army though, so being unable to kind of step away from that doesn't really change anything. GG's, and that is going to be ByuN taking game 1 of this best of 5. What's up, Dorft Rotel? You've been watching the stream again the last couple of days, and you're so inclined to reinstall SC2. So much nostalgia. Get on it, man. It's still fun. It's, there's still people at all levels playing as well. Hey, you don't have to play a lot. Get in, just play a couple games, play some team games or something. It's, yeah. StarCraft 2 is still fun, still a good game. Shin goes down a map. Are we going to lose our second out of 3 Zerg players in the round of 16? If he loses this series, obviously we would. ByuN and Clem looking to advance right now. Obviously Clem advanced. ByuN looking to join him with a 1-0 lead. But it's a fast 5. Long way to go still. Game number 2 coming up here as ByuN gets ready and Shin says go go. Love that. Perfect. Do, 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 do. The top right hand side, our blue Terran player is going to be ByuN, taking that 1-0 lead after a pretty fun game actually. Shin unable to get his units where they needed to be. On left, the red Zerg is Shin. Multi-racks opening again from ByuN. More of the same coming through. Match build coming up. Couple Reapers on the way. What have you ever thought about getting together with other creators and having a massive in-person tourney? Well, like, working with other people to make an offline tournament. The problem with that is always going to be is that it just doesn't make anybody money. It just doesn't help anybody out. Like, whose stream do you want it on? Everyone's? Then no one gets good viewership. Everyone just gets mid viewership for something that's super expensive to do, you know? So it's pretty rough. Ooh, a drone and a Ling. Shin has had some issues keeping drones alive against Reapers today. Earlier it was like on torches at least, so you could maybe kind of justify, yeah, it's the gold base or something, but yeah. Does Shin ever use a Nidus as an all-in? Yeah, he has done, but the more common Nidus is later in the game usually, and that's also kind of a Shin thing too, to be honest. I mean, every Zerg has to use that a lot of the time. Yeah, I mean, people suggest this as well. They're like, why don't we just all team up as content creators and run even bigger tournaments? And the reality is, it's just that You know, say me and Roddy team up to make a tournament, one of us is going to have less views, and then would it not just be better for the guy that gets less views to run their own tournament with half the money? And the thing is, as well, is that people make out these big tournaments with big money to get, like, crazy viewership, and it's just not true. Like, the viewership, it does get impacted, but it doesn't get impacted enough for the amount you have to put in, you know? So... more 2v2 events would be fun. They would be. Same issue, though. They're expensive to run, and the viewership is down from running 1v1, so you have to just be willing to take... You have to be willing to make your own life more difficult to run it, you know? Which is unlucky. Approach run is about halfway done. The lair is about finished. A few drones will be coming in. And the Overlord is finishing up. The lair continues through. Still having the Reapers coming back around. So the Hellion just going to be out over there. And yeah, a couple of SCVs, a couple of Marines, the Stim Pack continuing by as well. Starport finishing up from ByuN in the next few moments. Roaches being carapace coming online. We do see the extra roaches in production. The Stim Pack building through as well. So again, we get a lot of that coming by right away. The Marines, the Reapers, and the Hellion coming back over the other side. And this roach style from Shin. It's going to give him a little bit of survivability for a little bit, if nothing else. Nice stim in. Roaches will not do their thing if they get caught like that, and that's absolutely a problem right here. ByuN taking value. He's just standing this and fighting a little grenade bopping. More roaches going down, slow lings going down. ByuN's not just winning the game, is he? I mean, this should be... I mean, 9 more, 10 more roaches on the way up should absolutely stop this at some point, but this is a lot of value for ByuN. Can't deny how much he's gotten out of this. I mean, resources lost is going to be, yeah, twice as efficient for ByuN as it was for Shin, so Shin lost a crap ton there. See the 1-1 upgrade still building through. One more upgrades. Combat shield still coming through as well. Infest is coming up. I see the Infest is building. Ravager's coming through. Marines unloading, ready to run in from the side. Gonna stem straight through. We're just gonna fight. It's gonna be seeing a couple corrosive vials coming in. Oh no, no, no! Oh my god, Shin just ate every single one of his own vials. Talk about a disaster. No ling speed still, so those few lings are still gonna be slow. Why is he making so many lings? He can load up away from the fungals as well. Why are we making so many lings already is my question for Shin. The Muslim's a great guy, but why is he called the Muslim? Because he liked the boxer, the famous boxer. He liked him, and thought it'd be cool to call himself the Muslim. Way back before that would ever be seen as like a weird name, and when he was too young to really know either or anything. Yeah, Muhammad Ali, that guy, that one. Yeah. Anyway, he's called Demu now. He rebranded just in case it ever offended anyone. He rebranded to Demu. Let's see the Ravages, the Lings, the Roach is going to sit there. A couple Corrosive Vials coming down. It's a good couple of Fungals. The Fungals are going to be the thing that save you here, if anything, is Shin. Corrosive Vials are doing a great job as well. That third one misses the tank. Going to get it this time around, surely, though. One spell Fungal without fun. Yeah. Don't really have a follow-up to that. You're completely right. I was trying to think of see if I could say anything funny, but I really couldn't, so we'll just go with the Twitch chat comment. 2-2 going to be finishing soon. As ByuN's supply is in his favor, it's definitely looking like a favorable game for ByuN, but obviously we're not done yet. And the supply difference right now, yes, favors ByuN, but that does not mean that it has to just go in his favor. There's obviously mistakes that can be made. There's plays that can be made from Shin as well to help himself out too, so definitely a few things we can look at here early on. Lings is wrapping around. Fungal going to get onto the bio. The Corrosive Vial is going to land as well, as you see the Baneling speed coming through. The +2 attack continuing up. Again, Baneling speed is about to finish. Two Zerglings still trying to see just what they can do. Ultra's building. Fester on the way. A little bit of Ling Bane coming online as well. He's going to stem straight forward there. The Queen is going to go down. Widow Mines will burrow up as well. Those Banes. Bam, bam, bam. Ultra just going to be taking a few more shots. I mean, this is just power from ByuN. Oh, eats the Fungal, but I think he can get rid of the units that are going to threaten him in that Fungal anyway. The Ultras went down, and there was a Baneling that slipped through. Didn't do too much overall. ByuN continue to kind of do well over here. The left side little bit of army kind of gets whittled down. Still standing fine. Might be time to lift up and leave. He actually loses his supply lead. Free just coming about. It's going to have a Lings building, a Ghost Academy building. Ghost Academy especially very useful right now with the Infestors being out and also the Ultras being out. The Ghosts have a lot of uses they can make. Fire just gathers up. Gonna get on that hatchery. I mean, it was obviously already low, so expected to drop at some point. That should not be too surprising as the Fire on the left side, going to take some shots from Lings, going to load back into those medevacs. ByuN just still going. Standing into this fight, and a lot of the Banes just going down before they can ever reach. The Concussive Shell is actually helping a lot. And we now break through onto the Ravagers. Oh, a Fungal and a low HP army is kind of scary. The Bile to follow up, but we get away from the Biles. They were not synced up well enough. That was a good sequence of events for ByuN, who is once again just standing here and trading out in his own favor. Putting himself in a nice little position for the moment. Medevac's loading, we are going to try and get away. Files all coming down. That was a nice one of mine. Killed an Infestor and splashed a bunch of Zerglings. Very fun little combination. ByuN go, looking to get to a 2-0 lead. Shin was up 2-0 earlier. Obviously, Goblin nearly reverse swept there, but Shin kept it together. Shin be able to execute a similar thing, because it does look as though we're getting to a 2-0 lead here for ByuN right now. Especially as Ghosts are coming out. Like, he's done all of this with a worse army composition than what he's going to have in a moment or two. See a little snipey snipe coming down as well. I'm just gonna get that going. They're going to be shooting the ultras, taking a lot of damage. The extra Bane's coming back over. And a few more Marines stepping across. A couple of overlords going down. A bit more damage being done. The Ling's still taking damage, and Infest taking some shots too. Boat's going to be flaring up, just going to be seeing the bio still trading. A few more Zerglings dropping, Hatchery in some trouble as well there. I mean, the counterattack is nice from Shin to get some damage done. SCVs are going down, but it's going to come at the point of, you know, you're still losing a base, just losing drones. In fact, you're losing multiple bases here. And Ultra gets the base top left for ByuN as well. A little bit of chaos on the map is always fun, but the supply is heavily dropping for Shin and is staying sturdy for ByuN. He will get to the 2-0 lead and be a map away from round of 8. How do they snipe so quickly? They use rapid fire, so you can just spam anything in the region and it just sends all the snipes at once. If you want to find out how to set up rapid fire, you should just Google a YouTube guide on it. It's very useful if you do want to play Terran at a good level. You gotta get rapid fire, like it's just necessary. It will make your life infinitely easier. Am I waiting for StarCraft 3? Yes, I'm going to sit here until it's ready. Okay, I might stand up a couple times and go somewhere, but yeah, waiting for StarCraft 3. Any minute now, guys. Gun was down on the bottom. Count down into Persephone and get that up and rolling. Let's get into our potentially last game of the day, guys. See what happens here. Let's kick this off. In the top left-hand corner, we are going to have ourselves the Red Zerg player who is down 0-2, looking to keep himself alive and give us a few more games today still. It is Shin against ByuN. In the bottom right, our blue Terran player. Well, like I said, it's been a pretty good couple games from ByuN so far. Found themselves in some good positions, playing out nicely. Is ByuN in Korea or Canada right now? He's in Korea. Why would he be in Canada? Genuine question. I guess sometimes he goes to Canada to play from the Shopify when they bootcamp for an event, but unless they're bootcamping for the Maestros tournament, I don't think that's happening, to be honest. Shopify Rebellion's HQ. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure he doesn't go there unless there's specifically a tournament coming up that's in America as well, usually. Like, if there's an event coming up that's in NA, then they will travel there and have a little bit of a Shopify Rebellion bootcamp, but yeah. goes down. Buildings and the drones pull back over. Factory coming up. CC gets over to the corner. Set up over there. Get that underway. And hatchery building through. The queen coming up. The command center is going to come online. The orbital command building as well. That starport coming up, the command center building, the orbital command finishing soon, a couple of Hellions on the way. Again, drones are producing with the queens on the way also. A little bit more of everything just building on in, so we get that all set up. Yeah, Lane's going to get in. A few drones going down already, which is obviously a bit of a problem right off the bat. So we've seen 5 workers getting killed. Banshee and the cloaking coming up. We got drones, the queens, the link speed coming up as well here. See those few Hellions heading down to the bottom side, so again, a little bit of a journey across. And again, racks in the engineering bay is building up for the moment. She comes around the top, just going to see our stim going through, a couple of barracks on the way. We do have that link speed. Finishing in a few moments, the Banshee going to get into the main base in a moment or two. He's in position, the Banshee gets turned down. One upgrades in the stim pack building. Again, a couple of Evo chambers in the bailing nest building also. So we have ByuN getting turned around. Good damage early with the Hellions, but that's about it. One Banshee going down already as well is not exactly ideal. Seeing the Banshees continuing through, just having ourselves the melee upgrades coming up. The bailing speed is very soon going to be completing. Hellions, the Banshee, moving their way about. Just gonna be seeing the Hydras coming, Hydra Den coming about, the Lynx coming on in. Melee upgrades and that Bane speed still coming up as the Hellions will get after a couple of those Crypt Tumors. Still got 1-1 coming online. Stemming part up there. The Queen's going to get there and the Hellions get chased once more. Seeing the army getting pushed back for the moment. Banshee gonna get knocked down by the Queen. Just gonna see a little bit of bio stepping through. A couple of Kimmers getting picked away at. Vayne wanting to try and get a jump there. The tank is going to be in trouble as well. Having the Marines still pushing forward. A couple of the Queens in trouble. We're going to be seeing those drones in trouble as well. 6 workers going down. Marines going to pull back over. A couple of Banes getting picked up. The Marines will load back into the medevacs. Hydra coming through as the Spore Crawler shoots away at the Medivacs as well. And the Medivacs getting out of here is looking unlikely. One goes down, the other lives. What are our two fresh Medivacs flying into the main for? Yep, not a good idea. ByuN's still on fine supply right now. Resources lost is in his favor. He's traded well. Can he close this out from this point on? Obviously, currently just working through a lot of the creep spread, which is very nice. Stab up, a couple of creep pyramids going down, the Overlord will fall. Things around the side, just gonna have ourselves the rest of the bio pushing up from ByuN at the moment. Just going down, the Banes and the Hydras look to step forward. A couple tank shots coming through. I'm just gonna have to step away. I mean, this is an acceleration zone. The Ling Bane is gonna close the distance super quickly. The Marines can just run. Obviously, just being in this acceleration zone means the tanks are not gonna get as many shots off by the time the Ling Bane collects. Oh, this run by into the natural actually might be the most deadly thing right now, but good buying time being bought at the moment. The Marine's stuck and the Queen's stuck. The drones have to mineral click in the end. Gets the Carapace upgrade. There's a lot of Marines, and obviously if we lose these, it's not great, but they are going to sit in another nice little corner. Finally, Hydra show up to help. Oh, that was actually a very cool move from ByuN. It got a lot done in the end. Lurkers on the way. Hive still building, plus one missiles, finishing very shortly as well. Marines unloading from those medevacs. See a couple of trick teamers dropping. The Lurk is getting jumped on. The Bane's trying to catch again. Marines are just going to load back up. Oh, Lurkers. Gonna be. It's funny because we can't actually hit the forward Lurkers because they're not all revealed in this scan. ByuN actually took that fight. I actually don't even know if I hated that fight. Just. If he had the scan a bit further south, he would have been able to hit more of the Lurkers more easily. Medivacs load up from the natural here. He's loading back up. Medivac still taking damage. ByuN now stepping through. Lurkers. Again, just ByuN trying to overwhelm these Lurkers with just sheer biopower, which he's got the army supply to do that, but it's also absolutely the way in which Shin gets back in this game. These Lurkers getting caught before they burrow 1, 2 going down, then we will just live. Not a single Bane manages to reach the connection there. Just gonna have the rest of this bio coming across. The Lurkers still stepping up. We will see the bio having to step back a little bit. Some more of the Ling Bane getting turned around. Marines going to get a few more drones. Going to be seeing the Hydras getting picked away at. Fire will continue through. A couple of Queens going down. The Hydras and the Lurk are going to get picked off. I think ByuN's is going to have this 3-0 into the round of 8. 2 Zergs down in the round of 16. Oh no. Oh no. GG's, guys. ByuN just showing up in the DVZ, huh? Absolutely powerful today. It's going to be double Terran advancing from Group B. Max Cure, Clem, and ByuN make up the round of 8 so far. with the 2 other groups remaining, Zound, Hero, Solo, and Bunny. In tomorrow's Group C, and then we will have on Saturday Group D, Classic Spirit, Nightmare, and Percival. Looking forward to those other groups. Kind of low-key really cheering on Solar tomorrow. We really want a Zerg in the top 8. And Solar is going to be our last chance there. It looked so good when all the Zergs advanced from the round of 16, but it's just not been their days, especially in the ZVT of all things, is where they've been struggling. Alright guys, I'm going to love you and leave you all. I appreciate you guys for dropping by today. We'll be back tomorrow with more StarCraft 2. I'm going to go try and get some time to chill out. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching, thanks for supporting. See you guys tomorrow.